to be here with you tonight. And tonight we're going to have an onboarding call in Spanish, but we have an amazing simultaneous translation that's going to be going on. And so if you're here for the first time and you don't know how to do this, can you please go to your the lower part of your Zoom? You're gonna find like a little world in there saying interpretation. Can you tell me with the number one in the chat if you can see this in your Zoom? If anybody speaking English, if you can find the interpretation button, and if you press it, you're gonna be listening to us in English. While today is training, the training is going to be in Spanish, but as we mentioned, thanks to this amazing team that we're representing, Wellness Revolution and UnitedX, we're having simultaneous translation in this one and in many other different Zooms that we have during the week. Martita, tú puedes like, I don't know if anybody is listening. Everybody found the
Yeah, I have, there is a text that it says, yes, I found it. So I think the people that are speaking English they
I'm
found it
sorry.
already.
I was in a different chat.
Yes.
Yes, 111. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Cheryl Moss. Okay, great. So let's
Hola,
get started.
Juan Carlos, buenas noches. Un
Hola, Evelyn.
momentito porque tenemos un inconveniente con la interpretación para poder solucionarlo. Please, please.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit more minutes, a little bit more, because we're having some issues that we're taking care of to be able to interpret this training call in English in the best possible way. In the meanwhile, congratulations for being in here. Muchas felicidades para todos los que están acá en español. Looks like there's much more English speaking people than Spanish speaking people today, but we're very happy to start a Monday like this. I don't see it. Found it. Very good, Rene. Very good. And we're waiting for Evelyn, that is doing the interpretation. She's really good. I've been doing Zooms and events in English and Spanish for many years, and it's very hard to find someone translating simultaneously that can actually do it with the emotion and with the tones of voice that the speaker is actually doing. And what I've seen from Evelyn is really amazing. By the way, Evelyn, congratulations. I've been doing this for 19 years, and I've never found anyone like you doing all these emotional parts. I don't know if you say emotional parts, but the tones of voice, the way you change them when people talk, when people get excited, when you translate is really amazing. So in the meanwhile, we're about to get it ready. In the meanwhile, everybody that's saying hello in the chat, could you be so kind? This is really something very cool that I'm always asking to my teams. That is saying hello. My name is whatever is your name, and I'm getting connected from Canada, from LA, from Chicago, from wherever you are. That's really cool, because that way all the people that are new, they can see that this is a global business, that we have people from all over the world, that we have people from all over the US, that we have all kind of people. That's one of the most amazing things of our profession, that here everyone is welcome. Here there's no differences. We love everyone equal. We help everyone equal. Thank you, Lulu. Very good. Thank you, Lourdes Cielo from Utah. My name is Kenny Klinecht, and in Matthews, North Carolina, near Charlotte. Very good. Thank you very much. My name is Lupe and I live in Florida. Very good. Well, you let me know, Evelyn, when we're ready to go. My name.
Estamos listos. Voy a parar la grabación para
Uh-huh.
continuarla y ya, para comenzar, por favor. Es importante que todos activen la interpretación.
Please, everybody, activate your interpretation button so you're gonna be able to listen to this training in English because I'm gonna give it in Spanish. So please, 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 last chance to activate your interpretation button if you're so kind.
Estamos
Whenever you,
listos.
Ok, pues nos arrancamos, mis queridos amigos. Muy, muy feliz lunes. Como siempre digo, los lunes es por mucho el mejor día de la semana para estar abiertos a ideas, principios, proyectos, negocios, nuevas maneras de pensar, nuevas maneras de actuar que puedan llevarme a tener el cuerpo que quiero tener, la mentalidad que quiero tener, la salud que quiero tener, la situación emocional que quiero tener y por supuesto la economía que quiero tener. Siempre el mejor momento es hoy, porque es lo único que existe. Y qué mejor hoy que es lunes, que es el mejor día de la semana para estar aquí. Quiero decirles también que los felicito a todos los que están aquí presentes porque el 90% del éxito es presentarse en todo en la vida. El 90% del éxito es presentarse. Yo llevo haciendo esto los últimos 19 años de mi vida. He tenido la oportunidad de entrenar equipos muy grandes en todo el mundo y algo muy constante que yo lo escucho, lo escucho, lo escucho en todos lados, es que la gente dice, yo no me conecto porque ya lo sé. Porque lo que van a decir ya lo sé, porque ya me lo sé, porque ya conozco, porque yo ya conozco lo que van a decir. Entonces, ¿para qué me conecto? Y cuando a estas personas que dicen que ya lo saben y que no se conectan porque ya lo saben, cuando les llega la oportunidad, cuando la persona correcta se aparece frente a ellos en un restaurante, en un avión, en cualquier lugar, cuando la oportunidad se te aparece, resulta que mucha gente deja ir la oportunidad porque no está mentalmente enfocado, no está mentalmente donde debe de estar. Como decimos en el mundo del deporte, no estás en forma. ¿Por qué? Porque no te has movido, porque no has hablado, porque no te conectas a los entrenamientos. Y entonces la información, aunque la conoces, no la tienes fresca en la cabeza. Y si no la tienes fresca en la cabeza, tampoco la vas a tener fresca en la lengua. Y si no la tienes fresca en la lengua, probablemente cuando tengas que hablar con alguien, y ese alguien pudiera ser la persona que llevas meses o años esperando que se aparezca en tu negocio, pues la oportunidad se te fue porque no te conectas. Así que bueno, muchas, 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 muchas felicidades. No se les olvide, por favor, también algo que yo le pido mucho a mis equipos es los que puedan hacerlo, prendan la cámara. Que la cultura de este equipo sea prender la cámara, que la gente nos vea. Tratemos de hacer un poco más cálido lo frío que pueden ser las redes, lo frío que puede ser el mover, el mirarnos a través de una computadora. Esta es la profesión más bella y mejor pagada del mundo y es la más bella porque se trata de seres humanos ayudando a otros. Y no hay nada más lindo que verles la cara a alguien, una cara con esperanza, una cara con ilusión, una mirada con esperanza, una mirada con ilusión, sabiendo que encontró algo que le cambió la vida, que le está mejorando la salud, que puede mejorar la economía de su familia, que puede llevar a su familia al siguiente nivel. Es muy lindo verlos a todos conectados. Gracias de verdad a todos los que prenden su cámara, que siempre sea parte de la cultura de este equipo, poder estar la mayor parte de nosotros con cámara prendida. Y es muy importante también que sepan que, a diferencia de lo que yo había vivido en los últimos 19 años en network marketing, en donde la gente se une a equipos de network marketing, nosotros estamos construyendo algo muy diferente, una comunidad, estamos construyendo un movimiento que está cambiando la vida de miles de personas en todo el mundo, un movimiento absolutamente atractivo, un movimiento disruptivo, un movimiento pegajoso, un movimiento de personas que realmente que realmente hacen el famoso walk the talk. personas que tienen buenos hábitos, personas que hacen ejercicio, personas que entrenan la mente, personas que entendemos, o sea, personas que tenemos X cantidad de tiempo en el mundo de la transformación humana. Y algo muy importante que todos debemos saber es que la mayor parte de las personas que se unen a un modelo de negocios como el nuestro, se unen por dos razones principalmente. Uno, porque quieren ganar más dinero y otro, porque están buscando los beneficios del producto. Pero cuando ya están aquí, mucha gente llega por el beneficio del producto, pensando que este es un producto más. Y la gran sorpresa viene cuando prueban esta tecnología y se dan cuenta que este no es un producto más. Se dan cuenta que este producto verdaderamente da resultados. Y entonces en esta comunidad sucede algo que yo nunca había visto en 19 años. Y es que una persona promedio que viene, una persona común que viene únicamente a mejorar su salud, con pocas expectativas, porque ya lo había probado todo y nunca había encontrado nada que realmente le funcionara, llega, lo prueba y el resultado es tan fuerte, es tan contundente, es tan veloz que esta persona que nunca había emprendido, que no sabe vender, que nunca ha tenido un negocio propio, de repente se le despierta el emprendedor que todos llevamos dentro. ¿Y por qué se le despierta? Porque el producto o porque la tecnología es verdaderamente poderosa y entonces esta persona de inmediato dice, yo le tengo que compartir esto a mi familia, a mis papás, a mis abuelos, a mi pareja, a mis amigos, a mis vecinos, porque si esto hizo conmigo, quiero que también lo haga con los demás. Y en automático dicen, ¿qué pasaría si hago esto en serio? ¿Qué pasaría si hago esto como negocio? Y ahí es donde entramos nosotros, donde entra este movimiento, donde entra esta comunidad, en donde nos separamos por completo de un equipo de network marketing contra un movimiento en donde lo primero de lo que siempre nos van a escuchar hablarles es, tenemos que trabajar con la mentalidad. Tenemos que trabajar y tenemos que entrenar la mentalidad. La gente dice, yo nada más quiero ganar dinero, pero es importante
I just
trabajar
want
en
to
la
earn money.
mentalidad,
No, it's
porque
important
como
to work on your
pensamos,
mindset because
sentimos,
the way that
y
you
como
think is the
sentimos,
way that you feel,
actuamos,
and the
y
way
como
that you
actuamos,
feel is the
tenemos que
way that you
obtener
act.
resultados.
And
Entonces es
depending on
muy
how you
importante
act, you
entrenar la
have or you don't
mentalidad,
have results.
porque la mayor
So
parte de
it's
las
very
personas no
important to
tienen la
train your
mentalidad
mindset
empresario,
because
no
most of the
tienen la
people don't
mentalidad de
have a
vender,
businessman or
no tienen la
businesswoman
mentalidad
mindset.
correcta
They
para
don't
poder
have the
triunfar en algo como
correct
esto, pero
mindset to
por
be
eso
able
hemos
to be
diseñado
successful in
un
something like
sistema
this.
en donde
That's
llevamos
why
de
we've
la mano
designed
a
a
las
system
personas
where we
que nunca
take
habían hecho algo
people
como esto
by
y
the
los llevamos
hand that
primero
had never
lugar
done
a
this before.
trabajar
And the
con
first
la
thing we do
mentalidad,
is take
porque
them
la
to
mentalidad
work for
verdaderamente lo
mindset
cambia
because
todo, la
mindset truly is what
percepción.
changes everything.
Quiero decirles algo
Your
muy importante
perception. I want to say
y
something
quiero que
very
todo el mundo lo
important to
tenga
you.
muy claro.
And I want everybody to
En
take this into
este modelo de
consideration.
negocios,
In this
yo siempre
business
lo
model,
comparo
I
con algo
always
como correr un
compare
maratón.
it with something
Y
like
por qué lo
running a
comparo con algo como
marathon.
correr un maratón?
And why do I
Porque
compare it
cualquier
with something
persona
like
puede
running a marathon?
inscribirse en
Because
un modelo de
any
negocio como este.
person can enroll in a
Esto lo
business
puede hacer
model like this
cualquiera.
one.
No necesitas
Anybody
estudios,
can do this.
no
You don't need
necesitas
to have your studies or
tener
you
algún
don't
lugar en
need to
particular, no
have
necesitas
a
X nivel de
certain age.
experiencia.
You don't need a
Cualquier persona
certain
puede
amount of
comenzar
experience.
este negocio
Anybody can
y tener
start
éxito
this
muy
business
rápido
and be
sin haber tenido
successful
una
very
experiencia
quickly
previa, sin haber
without a
tenido estudios
previous
previos,
experience, without having
porque este
studied
modelo de negocios está
previously, because
conectado con
this
la
business
emoción,
model
está
is connected
conectado
to
con
emotions.
los verdaderos
It's
problemas que
connected
enfrentan
to
los
the
seres
true
humanos en el día
problems
a
that
día.
human beings
Porque cuando
face
uno
day after
entiende
day. Because when
que
you
el dinero en el
understand
mundo, y si quieren
that
anotar
the
esta
money in the
fórmula que a mí
world,
me
and if
encanta
you
decirle
want
a
to
todo el mundo,
write this down,
cuando
because
uno
I love
entiende
saying
que
it
el
to everyone,
dinero en el mundo
when you
se genera
understand that the
cuando tú
money in
tienes
the
un
world is
producto o un
generated when you
servicio o
have a
una
product
tecnología que
or a
tiene la
service
capacidad de
or a
resolver
technology
problemas,
that has the ability of
entonces
solving
dices, wow, a
problems,
ver,
then you say, wow,
cualquier persona puede tomar
anybody
esta tecnología
can take this
y ser
technology
una persona que se
and
dedica a
become a
ayudar a los
person
demás a
who
resolver
is
problemas.
dedicated to helping
Así de
others to solve
simple,
problems. It's
sin
that
ningún
simple,
tipo de experiencia
with
previa.
no type of previous
Entonces,
experience.
esta mentalidad y
So,
esta
this
percepción
mindset
que
and
tenemos de
this
este modelo de
perception
negocios
that we
es
have
lo que hace
of
que
this
las personas
business
puedan ir
model
más rápido o
is
más
what
lento.
makes people
No se
move
habían puesto
faster
ustedes a
or
pensar
slower. Have
por qué
you
hay personas que
stopped
van
to
mucho
think
más
about
rápido que
why
otros.
there's
Porque hay
people
personas que
that move
llegamos a
much
esta
faster than
profesión
you?
y de
Why
inmediato,
is there other people that reach this profession and suddenly, boom, they explode and the business grows. And I'm going to tell you what it is that I think, what my opinion is. And I can be mistaken, but in 19 years, I think I've seen that most of what happens in this business is your perception. And let me tell you this, which is one of the things that for me are the most important ones that everybody that works this profession should have clear in their heads. Everybody arrives, and in most of the cases, people think that because they didn't pay a lot of money, because they paid a pack of $300 or $500 or $1,000, in their head, their perception is that it's a small business, is that it's a $300 business, it's a $500 business, it's $1,000 business, and or 2,000. And since it's a business that costed such little amount of money, in your head, it's a small business. It's a business that you shouldn't give so much importance to because it's just something that you do occasionally, almost like a hobby. And let me tell you what I've seen in the people who have been most successful in this profession. In my case, and in the case of many people I know, since my first company, I started 19 years ago. In my head, I had invested $1 million. And I always ask my teams to do this mindset example. Erase from your head, completely erase from your head that you only invested $500 or you only invested $2,000. Imagine that you had asked your grandmother, who you love, the love of your life, who was your grandmother, to lend you her house for a grant of $1 million to invest in this business. This is a mindset game, okay? And it's worked really well with me. And with many people who have worked with me, it's worked really well too. If your grandmother or your mom or somebody that you love very much would have lend you her house uh, in exchange for $1,000 loan from the bank to invest in this business, my question is, would your attitude for the business be the same one that you have today, or would it be different? Had you thought about that? Your attitude, your willingness, the hunger of going out and being successful, of telling everybody about this, how would that be? Would you be thinking if you would have invested $1 million in a rejuvenation clinic? Would you be thinking about having 10 or 20 customers during the whole year? Or would you be thinking, how can I do to bring 10, 20 customers a day to my business? Not during the day, but how can I attract 10 to 20 customers a day? Where do I have to go? Where do I have to be? How many ads do I have to put? Where do I have to be walking? How do I have to be talking? When I talk about my business, I talk with excitement or I'm embarrassed because it's one of those businesses. It's one of those things that people say it is a pyramid. All that is their own perception. The only thing that I feel and think about my business is what I project when I talk to others. So, mindset, my dear friends, has a very important position in this. We have also created a series of resources for people to be able to train. We've created a truly amazing system that you probably have the links already, of course. If you don't have the links in our system of duplication, it would be amazing for you to have it because it has everything a person needs to grow step by step to reach day one with the results that they want. We have it here in the system. Probably somebody's going to be posting the links of the system in the chat. And if not, you can ask the people who brought you to this training. And everything is in English. We already have quite some things in Spanish. And for the next week, the system is going to be completely in English and completely in Spanish. And now it's already completely in English, and soon it will be completely in Spanish.
El link que tenemos ahorita es wellnessrev.com. Ahí lo tienen ahí. Muchísimas
The
gracias,
link that
Evelyn.
we have
Ahí lo
right
pueden
now,
ver en el
thank you,
chat.
Evelyn, is
Lo pueden ver en la parte
wellnessrev.com.
que
You can
inglés,
see it in the
parte
chat,
español.
the
A la
part in
parte
English
español le
and in
faltan unos,
Spanish.
le faltan unas
In
pequeñas
Spanish,
partes
there's
que
a
ya
few
ya han
letters
hecho esta
missing.
semana.
Sorry, we're
También tenemos
going
una
to
plataforma de
finish it
entrenamiento
this week. We
School,
also
en
have a
donde tenemos
platform which is
entrenamientos
school training. It's
semanales.
called School, and you have
Es
weekly
importante
trainings.
que ustedes se vayan conectando a todos los
It's
entrenamientos
important for
semanales
you
que
to be
puedan.
connected to all
Normalmente
the
los
weekly
entrenamientos
trainings
son
that
o
you
todos los
can.
lunes
Normally, we have them on Mondays. We also have different kinds of trainings on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with different teams practically every day. And there is an event that the whole of Wellness Revolution and U90X have, which is on Tuesdays. We give a business presentation in English and in Spanish. Finally, there's something very important that has to do with your perception, which is belief. When you truly believe in something, there is nobody that's going to convince you of the contrary. I'm sure that most of the people who are in this call, in this presentation, have had in their own skin a truly spectacular testimonial. And let me tell you something. We cannot lose our capability of being amazed. There's so many amazing testimonials in this community every day. What we hear, thanks to our technology in this community, is something unique. Nobody else has it. There's no other product, no other company, no other supplement, and no medication that I know of that has the spectrum of action that our technology has. And us who have something like this, sometimes we lose our capability of being amazed of everything we hear, of the testimonials that we hear, of the speed of what we hear, of the variety of testimonials. So if you don't have that strong belief, because you might think that your testimonial is not as big, not as strong, and not as powerful, and you have heard that other people have testimonials that are much more powerful than yours in your head, please ask for them to lend you their testimonials. I'm going to give you an example. I've been for 25 years of my life selling things to lose weight. I'm an expert of losing weight. That's what I've done the last 25 years of my life. And I've never been overweight. So people ask me, how is it possible for you to sell something so excited and so passionate if this doesn't work for you because you're thin? Well, I always tell people, I fall in love. My belief and my faith in the business grows every single day because I take somebody's faith that works with me. I hear the testimonial of Renee and I get excited. I hear Alba's testimonial and I get excited. Claudia, Marta, Kendall. I am hearing testimonials and I make part of them as mine. And when I talk about it, I talk about it with all the excitement in the world. Write something down. In this business, they pay us really well for telling the same story many times. Let me repeat what I just said. In this business, we get paid amazingly well for talking about the same story over and over again. But where is the key? When you talk about the story, that could be your own or could be somebody else's story, try to talk about it with the same excitement all the time. That is when it's not as easy because you already talked about your testimonial or your friends or your spouses or your grandfathers or your moms, and you've talked about it 20 or 30 times. You feel it's not exciting anymore. But for the new person who's listening to it, it is. All the new people who hear your testimonial are going to get as excited as the first time you talked about it if you talk about it with excitement. So remember, in this business model, they pay us for having the faith and the belief in what we do, and the faith and the belief in what we do comes from the results that we've had. When you talk to others about it, do it with all the excitement and the passion as if this had just happened an hour ago. That's one of the greatest keys for people to say, wow, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what phototherapy is. I have no idea what peptides are. I don't know what stem cells are either, but I can hear you so excited. This sounds amazing. I see you really happy. That sells. Your happiness sells. Your posture sells. Your attitude sells. The tone of your voice sells. Convince. Convinces. Okay? So, okay, this is about belief. And what we have to do, instead of being people who are going to hunt we are actually just cultivating. We have conversations, we open conversations, we ask questions. Another thing that you have to have very clearly is that instead of going out there to vomit on people what you want to say, go to new people and ask questions. How are you doing? What hurts? Can you sleep well? How's your energy? How's your illness? Do you take medication? How's your economy? It's always important to ask questions. And now I want to invite with me somebody who has been my great friend, a support, one of the best leaders in the US and probably the world, one of the best leaders that we have in LifeWave. She is an expert in everything that has to do with back office. I invited her and I said, Martita, I love to work with you. Marta and I have been working together at least for the last 6 or 7 years of our lives. We've built very, very powerful teams of thousands of millions of people. And I've never seen anybody better than Martita explaining the most important points that there are that we should all know of our back office. So today, let me ask you to please receive with an applause, with which are number fives in the chat, my dear leader, Marta Villa, directly from Mexico for the world. Martita, welcome.
Muchas gracias, Juan Carlos. Qué
Thank you
emoción
so
estar
much, Juan
aquí. Qué
Carlos.
emoción
I'm so
presentar
excited to
contigo.
be here and
Hola
to
a
be
todos, qué
presenting
gusto
with you.
saludarlos.
Hi,
Espero que estén muy
everyone.
bien,
It's
que
a
se encuentren
pleasure to
mucho.
be here
Me
with all
encanta
of you. I
verlos.
hope you're
Gracias,
doing
gracias
well.
a
I
cada
love to see you.
atendida.
Thank you for
Y
having your
pues estoy muy
cameras on.
emocionada de
And
trabajar
yes, I'm
contigo.
really
Como
excited
siempre, es
about
un
working with you,
placer,
Carlos. As
me
always,
encanta.
it is a
Y lo más
true pleasure
divertido
that I
es
love.
ver crecer al equipo.
And
Es
the
ayudar a
greatest
todos a
thing is to
crecer, a
help the
conocer
team, is
mejor,
to see how
mejor
we all
sistema,
grow
que
together,
sea
to
más
know a bit
fácil,
about
que no sea
more
complicado, sino
about
que sea
the system and
como
to make
algo
it
que hagan todos
easy,
los días. Bueno, eso es lo que queremos ayudarles a
because
aprender,
that's what we
a
want to
conocer un
do
poco más el
now.
sistema y
We
a
want to help you
saber
to learn to know a
cómo
bit more
buscar
about the
cosas
system,
básicas.
to
A
make
todos
it
les
easy,
puede
and to
decir y
know
no
how to
tienen
search
ni
for all the
idea
basic
qué
things.
hacer, dónde
You
buscar,
start and
cómo
you have no
registrarse,
idea
cómo
how to search,
saber un
how to
poco más del
find,
sistema. A
how
mí
to
esa
know a bit
parte
more
me
about the
encanta. Entonces,
system.
por
I
eso es de
love
que
that
Juan
part.
Carlos y yo
So that's
nos
something that Juan
complementamos
Carlos and I
bastante bien
complement
porque
each
a él
other
le
with
encantan mucho los
because
sistemas, me encanta
I
mucho
love
aprender un poquito de los pasos
everything that has to
básicos
do
y
with
pues bueno, es
learning
lo que el día
and
de hoy voy a
growing.
presentarles
And
a
the basic
ustedes.
steps is what I
Y
am
lo que
going
no
to
sé es
introduce to you
con
right now.
qué usuario, Juan Carlos, lo hacemos con alguno de un promotor
Ah,
general.
a ver.
Pues déjame ver si tengo yo aquí uno, sobre todo
Let me
para
see if
querer.
I have a
Puede ser el que
PowerPoint that
sea,
I
ajá,
can show you.
puede ser el que sea.
Ok. Les voy a enseñar desde la
Okay,
oficina
let me show you
cómo
from
pueden
my
entrar
office how you can go into
la oficina, bueno,
the
al área
office,
general. Esperen un
to the general
segundito,
area of
déjenme
the
ver
office. One moment,
mi correo.
please.
Voy a compartir con ustedes. En un
Let me
momento,
share this with you
no tenía la cuenta abierta. Ok, ahora sí.
because I didn't have my account
Bueno, si es la
open,
primera vez
sorry.
que estás aquí, por favor,
If
ponme
it's
un
the
1.
first time that you're
Si no
here,
tienes la
please
más
put a
mínima
one in
idea
the
de cómo
chat. If you
explorarte,
have
ponme
no
aquí un 1,
idea
no tengo ni idea. O si no sabes qué es lo que debes de hacer, cómo debes de crecer
of what to
tu
do,
red,
how
así
to
la derecha,
grow
la
your
izquierda, si son
network,
piernas, ponme un 1
right,
también.
left.
Si en algún momento ya gracias, Manuel. Alonso, gracias. Si no
Thank you,
sabes la parte
Manuel.
de la
Thank you,
autoayuda o qué tienes que
Alonso.
tener, qué es lo que tienes que tener
Amazing. If
programado,
you don't know what
también
you
te lo
have to
enseño.
have ready,
Muy
what you have
rápido,
to
gracias.
do,
Anne, que me encanta tu nombre,
let's
Eran,
do,
perfecto.
Anne, I loved
Porque
your
estos ya son
name.
pasos muy
Amazing.
básicos que tenemos
Let's
en
do
nuestra
a bit
oficina,
of a
en los
recap
que
of the
vamos
most
a poder
basic
ver
steps
un
so we
poquito
can
más
see
sobre
a
nuestra
bit more
organización.
about our
Cuando nosotros
organization.
iniciamos, bueno, entras con tu usuario y tu contraseña a la oficina. ¿Y qué es lo que te recomiendo que
When
hagas
you
como
use your
primer?
credentials to enter your
Uno de
back
los primeros
office, what are the
pasos es subirte a la
first
parte de
steps that
arriba
I
donde dice tu
recommend?
nombre, le vas a dar
Firstly,
clic
where it says your
y luego
name,
le vas a poner aquí donde dice
and
cambiar
then afterwards,
settings.
you're going
Aquí en
to
la parte de
change the
arriba le puedes
settings.
poner en inglés o en
Here on the
español.
top, you can
Y
put
bueno, vamos a
English or
ponerle aquí en
Spanish.
cambiar settings. ¿Y qué es lo primero que vamos a
And what
ver?
is the
Bueno,
first
viene tu
thing that you
nombre,
need to
viene
do?
tu ID,
You need to
que a
put your
veces si
name,
necesitas
your
configurar algo en
ID, and
específico,
if you
puedes
need
hacer aquí
to
los
have
cambios
a
que
specific
deseas, así vas
setting, you can do
incluyendo
the
tu nombre y
changes that you
todo.
require and
Y lo que
write
vamos
your
a
name
ver
and
es en
everything.
la parte de website.
And what
Aquí,
we have to do
aquí está
here
tu
in the
enlace. Este es el
website,
enlace que tú vas a
and
poderle
here is
mandar a la gente
the link that
que
you
quiera
can
comprar
send
contigo. Puedes
people who
copiarlo,
want to
mandárselo
buy
por
with you.
mensaje. Yo
You
lo que
can
hago generalmente
copy
es que lo
and
copio y me
send a
lo mando a mí
message,
misma
and
por
generally
WhatsApp
I
o lo
copy it
guardo
and
en
I
mis
send it
notas
to
de mi celular
myself
y
on
entonces
WhatsApp,
así ya no lo pierdo.
and
Ahorita te voy a enseñar
I
dos
won't lose it.
enlaces diferentes. Uno que es como
Now I'm
general
going to show you
y
two
el otro
different
que tiene que ver
links.
mucho con el
One is a
enlace que
general
puedes
link,
mandarte
and
aquí
the other
arriba que
one,
dice en tu
you can
organización como
use it
promotor.
for people to
¿Qué es lo que
enroll
vamos a
into
hacer?
your
Que desde la
organization
parte
as
de
promoters.
acá
What are we
abajo,
going
aquí
to do?
donde
Also
dice
on the
tu
bottom,
parte binaria,
where
te
you see your
enseña a
binary,
ver
this
si quieres que
shows
una
you
persona
how to
entre
see
haciendo tu negocio
if a
del
person has
lado
to do your
derecho o
business
del lado izquierdo.
on the
¿Qué puedes
left
hacer
or on the
cada vez
right
que
side.
quieras
Okay, what are you
registrar a las
going to do
personas
each
del lado
time that you want to
izquierdo?
register
Los
someone on your
pones del lado izquierdo
left
y de
side?
repente si
You
tú
put them
quieres
on the
que ahora
left
que una
side, and if
persona
you
quede
want to
del lado
change someone
derecho,
to the right
queremos
side,
que sea del lado
you
derecho.
need to
Es muy
change it here
importante
to
que
the right
empieces a lo
side.
mejor al inicio 2 personas del lado derecho, 2 personas del lado izquierdo
It's important
y
to have at the
después
beginning 2
lo
people on the
ideal, lo que
left and 2
recomendamos que
people
tengas
on the
20
right.
personas del lado
And
derecho,
at the
20
end,
personas del
what
lado
we
derecho.
recommend is 20
Izquierdo,
people on
perdón,
the
20
left
del lado
and
derecho.
20
Lo
on the
que
right.
queremos es crecer una organización en donde
What we
todo
want
vaya
to
en
do is to
parejo.
grow an
Y pues bueno, al
organization
inicio a lo
where
mejor va a ser un
everybody
poco complicado de que ya registraste a uno, ya
is
te vas al
more
lado
or
izquierdo, ya te
less
registraste al otro lado derecho.
in
Y
balance, and
después vas a
sometimes you
poderlo
might
dejar como
register
en
too many people on the
automático
left and
por
too
un
many on the
tiempo.
right, but after a
Entonces,
while
aquí
you
es
can
como
leave it
vas
in
a irte
automatic.
cambiando
So this
tu
is how
enlace para
you're
que cuando
going
le
to be
mandes ese
changing
enlace a
your
la persona
link.
quede de ese
So when
lado.
you send that
Muy
person a link,
importante,
it's
si
on
esa
that side.
persona que se registró
And it's
queda del
very
lado izquierdo
important when
y
that
tú eres
person
generadora
who
lo querías del
registered
lado
is on
derecho,
your left side
no
and
te
you wanted them on
preocupes,
your
es
right side,
súper normal.
don't worry about
Podemos
it.
hasta
It's super
5
normal
días
that
para
that
escribirle o
happens. We have
hablarle
up
al
to 5
corporativo.
days to
Le
write
escribimos
a
aquí a nuestro
message
cliente
to
que
the
le hablamos y
corporate
le decimos, ¿sabes qué?
or call
Descubrimos que
them
esta persona
and
con
say,
este
"Oh, I'm
ID
sorry, I got
quedó del
lost.
lado incorrecto y les
This was
devolvemos
a
la
mistake. I
información.
put this person
Tenemos
with this
5
ID on
días
the
para que nos
incorrect side."
informe.
We have
Ahora, ¿qué
5
otra
days
cosa
to do
podemos
that.
hacer? Aquí en
Now,
donde
what
dice
other thing can we do?
organización,
Here, where
en
it
donde
says
dice Enroll New,
organization, where it
o en
says
donde va
enroll
Enroll, si tú
new,
le das clic,
if you
te
click
va a
on
dar
there,
tu
it's
enlace en
going
la
to
parte de
give you
arriba, si estás
your
viendo aquí
link on the
Liveway,
top. If
el
you're here in
enlace a
LifeWave,
donde
it's
ahora
going to
tú
give you
puedes
a link
mandárselo
to where
para que
you
te
can
convierta en
send
los
it to
distribuidores.
so they become
Entonces, ¿qué es lo que yo
distributors.
hice? Por ejemplo,
So
aquí me
what did I
aparece la
do?
banderita de México, porque estoy
Here
en
you can
México.
see
Pero si
the
estuviera en Estados
flag of
Unidos y pongo
Mexico, the
la bandera
Mexican
de
flag,
Estados
because I'm in
Unidos, me va a
Mexico. But if I
aparecer
was in the US, you
exactamente
would
el
see the
mismo enlace. O sea, si yo pongo aquí
North
nuevamente
American flag,
unirme,
the American flag right there.
nuevamente
Okay?
me aparece este enlace
So
que es más rápido.
if I
Lo que puedes hacer es aquí en
click
la
on this
parte de
link,
arriba,
what you can do
nuevamente
on the
lo
top,
copias,
for example,
ponlo en tus notas o
you
mándatelo
put it
luego por
on your
WhatsApp y
notes, you
entonces ya
send
vas
it
a
by
tener esos dos
WhatsApp,
enlaces. Si se
and then
dan
you're going to
cuenta,
have those two
liveway.com
links. And if
Alonso
you
es como
realize
el enlace general
livewave.com
para clientes
Alonso,
y liveway.com
which
Alonso
is for
enrollment
clients, and
enrollment
LifeWave
section, y aquí
enrollment,
solamente el
which is
Alonso
the
que es el
enrollment
enlace por
section,
usuario, va a
where
ser ahora el
now
enlace que
you're
vamos a
going to send a
utilizar para
link
que una
for
persona
whoever
se registre
wants to be
como
registered
distribuidor.
into
Esta
the
persona ya
business
lo
as a
registró, que es un
distributor.
robot, que está así
That
como
person
tú,
is going to click
registrarte,
first that you're
le
not a
das
robot,
donde dice unir
that you
y entonces
registered,
ellos ya escogerán el paquete con el que quieren
and they can
darse de alta.
choose the
Ahora vamos a
pack
regresar un poquito
that they
nuevamente
want to
aquí a la
enroll with.
oficina
Now let's go
y
back
que,
to the office
como le
here.
decía hace rato a Juan Carlos, algo
And like Juan
súper
Carlos was
importante,
saying a little
tu
while ago, it's super
suscripción mensual.
important
Póngame
your
aquí, por favor, un
monthly
número 2.
subscription.
¿Quiénes ya
Please
tienen
put a
activado
number
tu
2.
suscripción mensual? O sea, tu auto orden, el pedido que vas a recibir
Who
el próximo
is
mes.
in
O
auto
quienes no
shipment,
tienen
okay?
idea. Más
Who is
bien que me
subscribed
diga
to
qué
receive their
parte que
order the next
tenemos
month?
de
Or who
autoenvío
doesn't even
o cómo
have
podemos
an
cambiarlo,
idea
porque
of
luego
what
a
we
veces no
have
tenemos ni
in
idea cómo hacerlo.
auto
Perfecto,
shipment?
muchas gracias.
Because sometimes we don't
¿Cómo
know how
vamos
to
a
do it
saber eso?
better.
Si tú
How
te
are you
metes
going to
aquí en
know
donde
that?
dice
If
monthly
you enroll
subscription
here
o
where it says
ordenanza
monthly
mensuales,
subscription,
te vas a dar clic y te va a
you're
decir
going
si
to
es que
click
tienes
and it's
activo o
going
no
to
un
tell
autoenvío.
you if you have
Por ejemplo, si
activated
a ti
or
te
not your auto
parece que no
shipment.
tienes
For example,
configurado el
if here
autoenvío,
it says that your
quiere
auto
decir que
shipment
aunque no
has
te aparece
not been
ningún
set up,
concepto o nada por el
if you
estilo,
don't see a
significa
concept
que
or
no
anything,
tienes aún
that
configurado
means that
ese
you
autoenvío.
haven't set
Y
up
lo
your
que
auto
tenemos que
shipment yet.
hacer es
And what we
configurarlo.
have to do is
Es
set
muy
it up.
sencillo, es como
It
si
is
estuvieras haciendo
very
una
easy.
compra y
It's
vamos a
as
hacerlo
if
rápido
you, let's do this
en
quickly so
pizarra.
we can see
Primero,
it as a team, right?
aquí con que le pongas esta
Here,
palomita,
as long
con
as
eso no te
you
va a
put a
activar el autoenvío.
verification
Si tú nada más pones esta
sign,
parte,
a
nada
tick,
más
it
estás
doesn't
diciéndole a
verify
ellos que
your auto
pueden ellos
shipment. You're just
cobrarte
telling
el
them that
famoso
they
autoenvío.
can charge
Pero
you
todavía
the auto
Liveway no
shipment
sabe qué
every
es lo que
month.
vas a querer
But
tú tener
still,
el
LifeWave
siguiente mes.
doesn't know what you're going to
Entonces, ¿qué es lo que
want
tienes que
for
hacer?
your next month.
Vas a entrar aquí
So
a la
what do you have to
tienda
do? You go
vamos
here
a
into the store,
parches,
you go to the patches,
y ahora te va a aparecer todo
and
el
here
catálogo que
you're going to
tenemos.
see
Y
the
por
whole
ejemplo, vamos a
catalog that we
poner la
have,
X39.
and we're going to see X39.
Te va a aparecer el X39. Y si ven aquí en la
X39.
parte de abajo dice Add
And
to
here you
monthly
see on the
subscription
bottom,
order.
you're
O
going
sea,
to see add to
agregar a mi
monthly
orden de
subscription
suscripción
order.
mensual. Eso es lo que queremos hacer. No estamos comprando en este momento, solo estamos
And it's what
configurando
you
el
have to do. You're
autoenvío
not
al
buying right
próximo
now.
mes.
You're just setting up the
Vamos
auto
a darle
shipment for the
clic que
next
quiero
month.
agregar
We're
este
going to click that we
X39.
want to
Puedo
add
poner
the
una o dos,
X39,
uno o dos sobres. De hecho, lo puedes
one
configurar. De
or
hecho, te
two
lo puedes
sleeves.
quitar de aquí en la parte de arriba. Nos vamos al carrito.
and we go to the cart, and there is where you're going to see the whole process. Here, you can see that you can still modify it. You can modify the amount. For example, let's put 2x39 sleeves, and let's check out. If you didn't want them, you can just remove. And if there was an extra sleeve, you can just remove it. Or if you want to reduce the amount, we can check out. And now it's going to be the whole process of purchasing. It's going to ask you to validate where you're going to send it to, if you want to confirm, or if you want a different address, you can just write the different address here. You click on continue. And here it's going to tell you when it's going to start. Now, something very important about auto shipment. Let's try not to wait more than 29 days. As a recommendation, even though we have 31 days, we shouldn't put the auto shipment over 29 days. For example, if it's January 19th, what I'm going to do is change it to February 16th, for example, a few days before, between Monday and Friday, in case my card doesn't work, in case I forgot, in case I need to solve any situation with my auto shipment. I have a few days, and then you confirm, and it's going to ask you to validate about the shipment. If you want to validate the system and the data of the card, we're going to continue everything. And here on the top, you can see that we're advancing in these circles, and we continue advancing in all those circles, and until we complete the order of our auto shipment, until that moment, we will be able to configure that. And after setting up, that auto shipment, let's see how that monthly subscription goes. We're going to say that it is there. To confirm the data of the card.
Me pide si estoy de acuerdo que se mande por medio de este envío. Y si se dan cuenta que dice crear
And if you realize here, it says that you need to create your monthly subscription. Let me put right. Yes, again, I'm not purchasing. I'm just setting it up for next month, okay? And once we do this, your monthly order is set up. If you click here in monthly order, you're going to see that there is an auto shipment, and the advantage is that you can modify this at any time. From right now until one day before my auto shipment, I can edit and add more products and include more or less. I can stop my monthly subscription order. I can change the dates also where I want to change them. I can change the address too. And from here, we can do any changes that we want. So it's very important that we don't allow this to pass and that we always have that monthly subscription order activated. Now let's do something else, which is resources. If you realize the part at the end that says resources, here you're going to please investigate a bit, research, read the information, spend a few hours a month at least investigating what information is coming up. What can we obtain from it? Because we have a lot of information about preferred clients plus, that have a lot of advantage in the company, and that it's worth to talk about the people, about the preferences. Here we also have marketing, maintenance. We also have images that we can share in our social media. We have products of education. There's actually a lot of information in general of the whole company, and I invite you to not leave it aside and to check it out every once in a while. Go in there and play around with it to know what we have in resources. And something that is very important that we have right now is education. Here in education, we have everything that we need to know about the compensation plan that we have, the current one. We're going to have documents. If you click on it, it's going to tell you what documents we have available that we can download into our computer or our cell phone. You're going to see the videos of how to know the volume, how to go up or down in a rank, your growth in general.
conforme tú vas a ir aumentando, que obviamente el propósito y el
Also,
objetivo de todos
the
es llegar a
purpose
manager
and the
3 estrellas.
objective of
Y no
everybody
ser
is
manager
manager of 3
3
stars,
estrellas es subir a
and the
director,
manager
luego
of
una
3
estrella
stars
y
to reach
así.
director
Entonces el
of 1
enfoque
star,
siempre tiene que
etc.
ser
So the
en
focus
buscar
always has to
ese
be in
crecimiento dentro de tu
searching that
organización y aquí es
growth
donde tú
inside your
también vas a poder ver
organization. In here is
cómo
where you're
puedes ir
also going to
avanzando.
be able to
Por
see how
supuesto
you
que
can move
dentro de
on
la página
and
principal,
grow.
en el
Also, in the
nombre
main page, of
hogar o
course,
home,
here where it says
también te va a
home,
decir cómo va a
you
ir
are
creciendo
also going to
tu
see
rango.
how your rank is
Algo que me gusta
growing.
muchísimo es
Something that
que
I
él nos
like
va a ir
very
diciendo
much
cómo va a ir
is
avanzando
that
esta
you're going
persona.
to know
O
how this
sea, si
person is
tú tienes
advancing
en tu
or
autoconsumo
moving
ese primer
forward. If
concepto,
in the first one
luego si
is
quieres
your
ir subiendo hacia un manager una
self
estrella, cuánto tienes que tener de volumen
product,
y
which is one
cuánto tienes
concept,
de
then if you want to go
autoconsumo.
to
Entonces,
one
sin que
star
pase
manager, you
nada de
have to
tu
see how much you have
autoconsumo, el
in
volumen que
volume,
tienes que
how
tener
much is
tú
your personal
mes a
use,
mes.
which is the
También aquí,
volume that you
obviamente,
have to have
entra
month
el
after
volumen
month,
de tus
which
clientes.
obviously includes the
Y
volume of
aquí
your
entra
clients.
el
And
volumen que tú
here
consumes
you have the
y
volume
el
that
volumen
you
de
are
tus
consuming and
downlines.
also the
Si tú
volume
quieres
of your
saber cómo les vas a
downlines.
hacer para el
If you
siguiente
want to
rango,
know how you can
aquí
do
mismo
things
te
for
va
the next
diciendo que
rank,
1500.
here you're going to see the
Nuevamente, el
same thing.
objetivo de todos siempre va a
1500.
ser llegar
Again,
a ser
the
un manager
objective
3
of
estrellas.
everybody is to
¿Qué
reach
volumen
3-star
debemos de tener?
manager.
Y aquí
What volume do
obviamente
you
también
need?
nos pide
And of
cuánto
course,
tenemos que empezar a
here
tener
it
a
also
nuestros líderes en
asks
general,
us
¿no?
how much
Cómo llegar a
we
director y
can
así a todos los rangos que vamos a ir
do
subiendo
to
nos va a ir guiando esta
how much
plataforma
our
principal.
leaders in general
Cuando eres
need to be
nuevo, y
able to
esta
go up
en
to the
esta
next rank in
plataforma no
this
lo tengo,
platform. When you're new
nos aparece aquí en la
in this
parte de
platform, I
abajo,
don't have it
dice,
anymore. On the bottom of the
o a lo mejor no
platform,
lo tengo, ojalá tuviera aquí un acceso a uno nuevo, pero
I
bueno,
don't have
en
an
la
access
parte
to
de
a new
abajo
account. I'm sorry,
nos
but
va,
on the
cuando es un
bottom,
nuevo, nuevo, nuevo
when it's
remoto, te va a
completely
aparecer
new,
aquí como
you are
un
going to
avance también de
see
cómo
that
vas a
there
ir tú
is
creciendo estos
um,
primeros 60 días. Puedes
growth
tener un
on
bono
your first
especial
60
y te va a
days,
decir si
and you
lo
can have a
lograste o no en
special
llegar
bonus. It's going to tell you
tu primer
if you
objetivo, que es
reached
ser
your first
manager una estrella,
objective, which is
y de
one
ahí,
star
obviamente,
manager.
si lo
And
mantienes
from
durante
there,
las siguientes
obviously, if you
semanas.
maintain it during the next weeks.
Juan Carlos, me gustaría saber
Juan
si,
Carlos, I would like to
aparte de
know
esto, ¿qué más
if,
te gustaría
apart
que
from
viéramos
this,
en el
what else
sistema?
would you like
Voy a
me
leer
to
tus
talk about
mensajes
the
los
system? I'm
siguientes,
going to
pero
see your
rápido. Espero
messages. Let
que
me
me
see if I
hayan
didn't talk
entendido
too
de esta parte
fast.
o si hay
I
algo
hope you
que
understood
me
what
haya
I was
quedado en la
saying.
parte
Let
de
me
los
know if
pasos
there is
generales y pues nada
anything
más
that is missing
dentro
from
de
our
lo que
general
nos puso Juan
steps.
Carlos de...
La parte de las preguntas viene ahorita al final, Martita. Yo creo que si hay alguien que
Martita,
tenga
I think
preguntas,
Q&A is
creo que sea
until
de eso. La
the
verdad que lo hiciste
end,
muy, muy
so
bien.
I think it's a
Es un
good
sistema
moment
muy
to pass
intuitivo.
to
La
Q&A. I
back
think you did
office
this
está
amazing.
muy,
It's
muy,
a
muy
very effective
amigable y nos
system.
ayuda y nos
The back
da,
office helps us a lot,
literalmente nos da toda la
and
información que
it gives
necesitamos
us
para llevar a
all the
cabo nuestros negocios.
information that
Y
we
algo muy
need to
importante también me
have
gustaría
a
mencionarles como
successful
dueños de
business. And
negocio
something which is
es
very
que
important that I would like to tell
realmente
you
nos demos
as
cuenta
a
de
business
todo lo que
owner
tenemos
is
para
for us to
operar nuestro
truly
negocio. A
know
veces la gente
everything that we
llega a un
have
modelo
to
de negocio
operate our
como estos
business.
y piensa que tener
Sometimes
una back
people
office y que
have a
tener las
business model like
herramientas
this
que
one, and
tenemos
they
de
think
esta
that having a
manera
back
es lo
office
más
and the
normal del
tools that
mundo,
we
pero
have in
no
this
lo es.
community is the
La
most
mayor
normal
parte
thing
de
in the world,
de
but
los
it's not.
negocios del mundo, los que
Most
tenemos
of
que
the
abrir
businesses
negocios
of the world,
propios,
the ones that have to open
una
their
cosa
own
como esta
business as
costaría
entrepreneurs,
muchísimo
having a
dinero que
back office
normalmente
like
le
this one
saldría a
would
todos de
cost
fuera del
an
negocio.
amazing
Y
amount of money that
es
normally
una
would
back office o una oficina
automatically take you out
virtual
of
que
business.
nos
And
da
this is a
toda la
virtual
información que
office, a back
necesitamos, que
office
nos
that
permite
gives us
vender
all
en
the
todo el
information
mundo,
that we need,
que
that
nos
allows us
permite
to
llevar
sell
un
all
control
around the
de las
world, that
personas que
allows
van
us to
entrando,
have a
dónde se
control of
acomodan,
people
que
who
te
are enrolling,
desglosa
where are they
bono por
being
bono
put.
para que tú sepas
It
exactamente
breaks down
cada
all
dólar,
the
cada
bonuses for
centavo,
you to
de
know
dónde vino,
exactly
de qué
about
vino,
each
de qué
dollar,
porcentaje,
each
para que tú
cent,
vayas
where it came
entendiendo
from,
de una mucho mejor manera
all the
el plan de
percentages, so
compensación.
you can
Ahora
understand
vamos
the
rápidamente a pasar a
compensation
una
plan
parte
in a
que
better way.
a la
Now
gente
let's
se le
quickly
complica
pass to
mucho
a
hablar
part
con
that
esto de los
becomes very
números y se les
complicated
complica por lo
for
siguiente.
people. And the
Por
reason
qué temblamos cuando
is
hablamos con alguien?
why
¿Por qué
do
nos da
we
pena? ¿Por qué
shake
decimos,
when we
a
talk
ver,
to
es que
others?
la
Why are we
tecnología me cambió la
embarrassed
vida,
when we
estoy
say, hey, the
completamente
technology
convencido de que
changed
es la
my life?
tecnología única en
I'm
el mundo,
completely convinced that it's a
estoy
unique
seguro que esto le
technology
puede
in
hacer
the
mucho
world.
bien a los
I'm
demás,
sure that
pero
this
a la
can
hora de
make
hablar con los
people's
demás
life better.
no
But when you talk to others, you don't know how to do it. And you don't know how to do it because people say to me, Juan Carlos, I don't know how to sell. I don't like selling. And I'm going to remind you something very important. One thing is a sale, and another thing is the natural, organic behavior of human beings. Okay, let me repeat that. We have human beings' natural, organic behavior, which is as follows. When you go to a restaurant where you ate really well and had a very good service, what is your organic, natural behavior? to
que ir a este
talk to
restaurante.
your
Y
friends
cuando
about the
vayas tienes que pedir
restaurant
este
and
plato.
recommend them the restaurant. And
Y
when
me
you go
atendió
there,
tal
ask
persona.
for this plate.
Somos
And
así,
this
los seres
person
humanos
served me,
somos de
because
compartir
that is how
todo
human
aquello
beings
que
work.
nos dio una buena experiencia. Y si tuvimos una mala
When we had
experiencia,
a good
también vamos a
experience, we
salir a
talk about
contarlo.
it. We
Ese
also
es el
do when we have
comportamiento
a
natural
bad
orgánico de los
experience.
seres humanos.
So that is
Entonces,
a
yo les voy
natural
a recomendar algo.
human
Quítense
organic
en la
behavior.
cabeza que esto es un
So let me
negocio.
recommend
Quítate en
something.
la cabeza el
Take
plan de
the
compensación.
business side
Quítate
out
la
of your
cabeza
head.
los bonos.
Forget about the compensation plan. Forget
Conviértete en
about
una persona
bonuses.
que se mueve, que
Become a
hace todo en
person
su
who
vida
moves
de
and does
acuerdo a
everything
las leyes
possible
del universo.
in their life
Y les voy
following
a
the
decir cuáles
laws
son
of
las
the
leyes del
universe. And
universo.
let me tell you what the laws
Algunas
of
de
the
las leyes del
universe are.
universo.
Some of the laws
Los
of the
ríos
universe.
no beben su propia agua.
Rivers do not
Los
drink their own
árboles
water.
no comen sus propias frutas.
Trees don't
Y
eat
los
their
seres
own
humanos, ¿qué es
fruits.
lo que
And
tendríamos
human
que hacer?
beings, what would we have to do?
Servir a los demás.
Serve
Ayudar a
others,
los demás a encontrar
to
eso que
help
están necesitando.
others
Sabemos que hay un
find
mundo allá
what they
afuera de
need.
personas que tienen
We
inflamaciones,
know there's a
enfermedades,
world of people out
ansiedad,
there who have
depresión, falta de
inflammation,
dinero, etcétera,
depression,
etcétera. Y
illness,
nosotros podemos
financial difficulties, etc.,
ayudarlos a
etc.
encontrar eso
And
que
we
están
can
buscando.
help
Eso es
them
lo que nosotros hacemos.
find what they're
Yo
searching for.
ayudo a las
That's what
personas a
we do.
encontrar
I
eso que están
help
buscando.
people
Yo ayudo a las
find
personas a resolver esos problemas que ellos llevan
what
mucho
they're
tiempo
searching
tratando de
for.
resolver y
I
no
help
lo han
them
podido resolver.
find
Yo no estoy
that
invitando a las personas
solution
a
that they've been looking
meterse,
for such a
a
long time and
involucrarse
haven't been
conmigo en
able
una
to find.
empresa de
I
network
invite them to
marketing.
be involved
Los
with me
estoy
in a network
invitando a
marketing
un
company.
movimiento global
I'm
en
inviting
donde
them to
somos
a
seres humanos,
global
somos
movement
la
where we
sociedad
are
civil
human
organizada del
beings.
mundo,
We are the civilized
ayudando a
society
la
of the
mayor
world,
cantidad de personas
helping
posible
the
a
maximum number of
resolver
people
algunos de sus
possible
problemas más
to
importantes, a
solve the most
mejorar
important
algunos
problems
de sus
that they have,
problemas más
to
importantes. Eso es
improve the
lo que
most
hacemos.
important problems that they
Quítense la
have.
idea de la
That is
cabeza
what
que
we
estoy
do.
vendiendo,
Take that
como
idea
cuando
out of
saliste
your head
a
of
recomendar una
selling.
película, como
Like
cuando
when
saliste a
you're
recomendar un
recommending a
restaurante,
movie,
como cuando
when
saliste con tus
you're
amigas
recommending
hasta
a
que se
restaurant,
enteraran de que
when
existe
you
una
are
playa
talking
en
to
un
your
hotel
friends
en
about
donde fuiste de
a
vacaciones y
beach
la
in a
pasaste increíble y
hotel
tienen que ir para
and it was
conocerlo.
amazing,
Eso es el
and you
comportamiento
have to
natural
get to
orgánico de
know
los
it.
seres humanos.
That
Entonces,
is the organic
esta parte es bien
behavior of
importante,
human
que no
beings.
lleguen
This is
diciéndole,
a
no, hombre,
very
es que este
important part.
negocio es
Not for
maravilloso,
them to come
este
saying, oh
producto es
no, this
increíble.
business is
No,
amazing, this product
háganlo
is
de otra
amazing.
manera,
No,
háganlo
let's
más
do
orgánico,
things
háganlo
differently.
más
Let's do things
natural.
more
No
organic.
tiene que
Let's
ser de
do
esa
things
manera.
more
No
natural.
tiene que,
It
las,
doesn't
las
have
personas
to
que te
be
ven
that
venir,
way.
no, ay, ahí
The
viene esta
people who
persona que
want to come,
solamente me va a
oh,
hablar de su
here is this
parche,
person that
que
is only
solamente
going
me
to
va a hablar
talk
de
to
su
the
negocio,
pets,
que lo único
that
que quiere
only
es que
wants
yo
to
me meta a
talk
su
to the
negocio.
business, that
Entonces te
only wants
conviertes en
me
la
to
persona
go
que
into
nadie
the
quiere ver,
business.
que nadie quiere ver, que nadie quiere invitar a ningún lugar.
So you
¿Estás
become
en
that
esto?
person
Entonces, ahora,
that nobody wants to
otra
talk
pregunta
to, that nobody
importantísima
wants to see, that nobody
o
wants to
preguntas muy
invite.
importantes
And
es,
now something very important,
oye,
important
¿y tú qué haces?
questions.
O sea, ¿y tú a qué te
First of
dedicas?
all,
O sea,
what
¿tú en qué trabajas? ¿Tienes
do
algún
you do?
negocio?
What do you work
¿Trabajas para
in?
alguna empresa? O sea,
What do you
siempre que
dedicate your
conozcan a alguien, hagan
time
esas preguntas.
on?
Las
Do you
famosas
work for
preguntas
a
de ¿y tú a
company?
qué te
Ask those
dedicas?
questions. The
O
famous
todavía estás
questions
en tu
of
negocio,
what
o
are you
todavía estás en
doing?
el trabajo
What are
anterior.
you working on?
¿Cómo te fue después de la pandemia? ¿Cómo te trató la
How
pandemia?
were you after the
¿O
pandemic?
creciste en tu negocio, creciste en tu trabajo,
How were
o
you
perdiste el
during the
trabajo, o tu
pandemic? Did you
negocio
lose your
desapareció?
job? Did your
Hagan esas
business
preguntas, preguntas
fail
reales
or
para
did your business
conectar con la
grow?
gente, para saber cómo
Do
está la
real
gente, para
questions.
saber qué
Connect
le
with
duele a la
people
gente, para saber
as
qué le
real
asusta a la
humans
gente,
who
para
care
saber
about
cómo
what
la pasaron
hurts,
después de la
what
pandemia.
makes them feel
Hoy
afraid.
estamos a
How
varios
were
años
they
después de la
after the
pandemia, pero
pandemic?
escúchenme
It's been a
bien,
few days
la
from the
mayor parte de los seres
pandemic,
humanos del mundo
but
siguen
listen to
viviendo
me
los
well.
estragos de la pandemia.
Most of the
Entonces, cuando
human
hables con
beings
la
are
gente, ¿cómo te
still
trató la
suffering
pandemia?
from the pandemic.
¿Tenías un negocio
So
antes?
you
¿Tenías un
can
trabajo
ask,
antes? ¿Lo
how was
sigues
the pandemic
teniendo?
going? How
Aquí
did it
viene una
go in the
pregunta
pandemic? Did you have a
que a mí
job
me ha hecho
before that is
ganar millones
different
de
to this
dólares.
one? And here
¿Están
comes a
listos para esa
question that
pregunta?
has made me earn $1 million.
Esta
Are you
pregunta
ready
me
for
ha
the
hecho
question?
ganar
This
literalmente
question
millones de
literally
dólares.
has made me
Así es
earn
que
$1 million.
se las voy a decir. Y es una de las
So
preguntas
let me tell you the
más
question,
directas,
and it's one of
más
the
claras
most direct and clear
que
questions
yo le he escuchado también
that
decir
I have
a las personas
ever
que más dinero
heard,
ganan en esta profesión.
and that I've heard
Y es que cuando
people
estás
say that
platicando con
earn
alguien,
the most amount of money
la
in this
pregunta es,
profession. So when you're talking to
oye,
somebody,
imagínate,
the
súper
question should be, imagine I'm talking to Alex Vaquerizo, who is connected here. I say, hey, Alex, tell me something. Listen to this, okay? Let me say this slowly. When we talk about financial situation, are you 100% satisfied with what you're earning in your business or in your job? Or are you open to generating more money? That's the only thing. That's it. Nothing else. Alex, tell me something. When we talk about money, are you 100% satisfied with what you're earning currently? Let it be in your job or your business, or are you open to generating more money? Most of the people are going to say, I'm open to earning more. Most of them. If somebody says, no, I'm not open to earning more money, okay, thank you. Next. Don't stop there. Don't suffer about it. Don't cry. If the person is not open to generating more money, if the person is not open to growing or to trying new things, why do you continue talking to that person? Go to the next. Now, here I have a few short speeches that I hope gives you a few ideas. This can be, for example, for a housewife that doesn't work out of her house, somebody who's at home normally. Friend, I'm in a global project with this activation of, with a technology of cell activation that has already helped 10,000 people during the last year with energy, sleep, improving well-being, and removing pain. What I most love is that it also helps to generate income from home. I thought about you and I thought of 10 or 15 minutes. Do you have time right now to talk about it? Then another version. I'm searching for you because I found something which is transforming lives, a wellness technology with amazing results and a real way of generating income without losing touch with your family. That's a magic word. Do you want to connect 15 minutes with me? Another one, a working housewife. I know that you have a lot on your plate, and that's why I thought about you. I'm in a project of a cell activation technology that is helping thousands of women to have more energy. Of course, always fathers and men can use it to have more energy, but it helps thousands of women, you're going to say to her, to have better energy, focus, etc. And you can have extra income without experience, without getting complicated. In 15 minutes, I'll explain everything. Another one, I found something which is helping thousands of people to recover their energy, to sleep better, and to have a much better performance. It's a patented technology with thousands of incredible results. I think it can help you a lot. I will show it to you tonight. Now, a person who is a professional, an employee with medium income. I'm in a project, a global project with a technology of cell activation with more than 10,000 cases and more income producing. Many professionals are using it to be able to produce extra income without letting go of their business or employment. I thought about you. It's 15 minutes. I'll let you know about 15 minutes. It's a proven model, accessible and low, um, with high income and low risk. Would you like to connect to a 15-minute Zoom? Another question that you can say to them, okay? Out of everything that I'm going to say, what would you be interested in? Ask the following questions. These questions always work for me because truthfully, people always reply something out of all this. And I say to people, when I'm in the conversation, tell me out of all this, what would you like to improve so I could help you? Chronic pain, illness, degeneration, pain, anxiety, depression, lack of energy, losing weight, sleeping better, rejuvenation, concentration, mental focus. Is there something here that calls your attention? Are you searching for something that I just said? Is there something here that could help you live better out of these questions? Normally people say, yes, of course, this, and that. They give me 3, 4, or 5 things out of everything that I said to them, and they always answer few of them. So you can always ask these types of questions. And of course, there's something important here. Something that I've learned after so many years in this. When people say, I'm fine, I don't need money, no pain, I'm not interesting, always try to ask for a referral. Who do you know that lives in pain? Who do you know that lives taking medication? Who do you know who lives taking energy drinks because they need more energy? Who do you know who can't sleep well? Who do you know that always has the best attitude to generate income? And a person that you used to know that maybe is not interested might be able to give you a referral. Some of the people that earn most money in this business model in different parts of the world do it with referrals. If a person doesn't buy, if a person is not interested, that person always has a mom or a dad who needs the technology. That person can always have a sibling, a friend, or someone they know who is not going through a good time and doesn't know that our technology exists. So it's always important to ask for referrals. We have an amazing action plan. It's truly simple. Take out your phone, make a list on your phone, try to do it. Most of the people of the world don't prepare a list. Most of the people who are working this procession take out their phone, talk to three people, and if those three people said no, that person says, no, this business doesn't work. This is a true business, my friends. That's why I said to you a little while ago to do that mental exercise as if you had invested $1 million in this technology, as if you had invested $1 million in a stem cell and peptide business, because your business, wherever part of the world that you're in, is a peptide and stem cell rejuvenation business. Your business practically has to do with all the important things that people in the 21st century are suffering from, which is what your business does and what you have in your hands. And last and not least, for you to feel truly proud of what you are doing, because that's what people need in our business model and network marketing, which is feeling absolutely proud of what you have. And I want to ask you something, and with this, we're practically reaching the end of our training. I think you all know who Jeff Bezos is. Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. The owner of Amazon has an online platform in which he sells products which solve problems or satisfy needs. Perfect. Then all of us, we have an online platform that sells a technology that nobody else sells in the world that has the ability of improving anybody's life in a record time. And when I'm saying record time, I am referring to 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 hours, or 2 or 3 days in most cases. There are people that can go to 15 days, 1 month, or 2 months, but our technology works. It is scientifically proven that our technology activates more than 4,000 genes in the first hours. Our technology takes away inflammation, takes away pain, takes away medication. It's scientifically proven. So, to most of the people that I know that work marketing are embarrassed to say that they're in network marketing. And do you know why they're embarrassed? Because how is it possible if I studied a career? How can it be if I was a company manager, if I had a high position in a bank? I have a doctorate, I have a master's, I studied so much. How is that possible? What will society say? What will my parents say? What will my friends say? That somebody like me, with everything that I studied, ended up selling things on the internet, ended up selling online with everything that I've studied and all the knowledge I have. This kills people. But what you don't realize, my dear friends, is that the economy of the world has changed forever. What people don't realize is that that economy that we studied for and that we were prepared for does not exist anymore. And it's not coming back. Nowadays, the great businesses, everybody sells online. If you don't sell online, you don't exist. And it has to make you feel proud to sell online. You have to start feeling truly happy and excited and 100% proud that you, who are hearing me from any part of the world, have an online platform like Jeff Bezos that improves and finds a solution to things that Jeff Bezos and Amazon cannot. That is what you have in any part of the world. And you can sell any place of the world, in many countries. You can make an impact in the life of thousands and millions of people. And that has to make you feel absolutely and totally proud, not embarrassed and saying, oh, no, it is just a side business that I have. It is just a hobby. It is just a small entrepreneurship that I don't pay attention to. At the time that you start treating this business like a business that you invested $1 million in, and it makes you feel proud to talk about it, and it makes you feel proud to do what you do, and proud to be of the civil society organized in the world that brings light, hope every day to all the corners of the world. The moment that you start feeling proud of what you do, people are going to feel that you are proud because you're going to vibe in pride, because you're going to walk differently, you're going to look differently, you're going to talk differently, because you're absolutely and totally proud of what you have in your hands. And let me tell you that in 19 years, I've seen a lot of people who are embarrassed of what we're doing simply because the business model that they trained us with and that we come from told you that if you don't have a job at a bank or at a great company, you're nobody. That was a past. Nowadays, if you don't have your own business online, you're nobody. It doesn't matter if you have a career, a masterships, a doctorship, whatever you have. Any company or any person that doesn't have products or services to move online does not exist in this new economy and is going to disappear. So let me invite you to start seeing things in a completely different way. Please, it is very important for you to follow the whole system, the 8-step system, which is really, really powerful. It's one of the best duplication systems that I've seen in my whole career. Do it seriously. Take it as if your life depends on this. Take it as if your future depends on this, because let me tell you something. We have the best kept secret of the industry. Nobody knows this technology. And let me tell you one more thing. If you go out there on the street, all the people that you see are people who need our technology. And if it's not them, it's their spouses. It's not their spouses, it's their kids. If it's not the kids, it's the uncles. It's not the uncles, it's the grandparents. And if it's not the grandparents, it's the neighbors. If it's a being that breathes and is alive, they need us. If it's a being who is alive, they need us. You have to have that perfectly clear, and you have to be perfectly proud of having in your hands a technology which is changing the world. That changes everything. Your emotional part, your perception. So, what can I say? On our side, that is everything. It is important for you to be able to continue connecting with us on Mondays. Tomorrow we have a presentation. Have your why perfectly clear. Don't forget it. Remember that if your why is powerful, the how is truly simple. Do things well. Never say that our technology cures. It's completely forbidden to assure anything like that. You can't say that it's a technology that cures, but you can always use tools. I always say to people, what do you have? I have this. Okay, perfect. Hear the testimonials, look at the video, look at the I decide, connect to a Zoom. It's not me explaining it. It's not you explaining it. Bring in the people so someone else can explain it to them. Bring in the people to hear a testimonial. Tell them about your testimonial with all the excitement of the world. Learn, practice your testimonial in front of the mirror so many times that at the end it's like a theater show without exaggerating. That people who listen to you say, wow, I want to try that you are trying. I want to try this that you're putting on. If I'm going to feel this way, if I'm going to talk like you do, I want to wear it. I want my wife to use it. I want my husband to use it. I want my mom to use it because I'm hearing you happy, fascinated, excited, with hope. This is much more powerful than a compensation plan. This is much more powerful than sales experience. Your excitement, your real story. Why are you doing this? Because I want to give my kids a better life. Because I want to change or move to a different house. Sorry. Because I want to travel around the world. That excitement of the true purpose that you're doing what you're doing for, that is the excitement that people are going to buy. People don't understand what phototherapy is. People don't know what a peptide is, and they don't know what a stem cell is. They don't understand it. What we do understand as human beings, and this is what I'm going to leave you with the best advice. Pay attention. You're going to like what I'm going to say. Josefina, come here.
Y para este ejemplo, les voy a enseñar a Josefina.
Let me show you something. And for this example, let me show you Josefina.
Ella es Josefina
She
y
is
probablemente
Josefina.
ustedes tengan una Josefina
She
en su
and you
casa.
probably have a
Les voy
Josefina
a decir
in
algo.
your house too. Let
Los
me tell you
perros
something.
no
The
entienden los
dogs
planes de
don't
compensación.
understand about
Los
compensation
animales no
plans.
entienden
Animals
de
do
péptidos
not
y
understand
tampoco
about
entienden de
peptides,
células
and they
madres.
don't understand
Pero
about
¿saben de qué
stem
sí
cells
entienden los
either.
animales?
But you know what they do understand about?
¿Saben de qué entienden muy bien?
You know what they understand very well?
Del tono con el
About
que
the
les hablas.
tone of voice that you talk to them
Los
with.
animales tampoco entienden idiomas.
Animals
No
don't
entienden español y no
understand
entienden inglés.
languages,
Pero
Spanish,
los animales
English, but
entienden
animals
el
do
tono
understand
con
the
el que les
tone
hablas,
of
el
voice
tono
that
de
you
tu
talk to
voz,
them with,
la
the
vibración de tu
tone of
voz,
your
la
voice, the
energía de tu voz,
vibration of
la
your voice,
dulzura de tu
the
voz,
energy of
la
your
emoción
voice,
de tu voz.
the excitement of your
Cuando
voice,
yo le hablo a mis perros, como
the
yo siempre
kindness of your voice.
les hablo
When
increíblemente
I talk
bien.
to my dogs,
Son mis
like I
amores de
always
mi vida,
do, they're the
igual que
love
los
of my
tuyos.
life, and I
Y
talk to
cuando tú
them
les hablas
with
así, ellos
love. And when
responden
you
a ti
talk to
de
them that
acuerdo a tu
way,
tono de
they
voz.
respond
¿Quieres empezar a tener éxito en el mercado en red?
to
¿Quieres empezar a
you
tener éxito en el
with the
network
same
marketing?
tone. You want to start
Aprende
being
a
successful
hablar
in network
con emoción.
marketing? Learn to speak with excitement.
Emocionate por lo que haces.
Get excited about what you do.
Emocionate por la tecnología que
Get
tienes.
excited about the
Emocionate
technology
por
that
la
you have.
misión de
Get
tener
excited about the
una tecnología que
mission
esté
of
cambiando
having
tantas
a
vidas.
technology that is changing so many
Emocionate.
lives. Get excited.
Esto es único en el mundo.
This is something which
Nadie
is
más lo tiene,
unique in
solamente
the world.
nosotros.
Nobody else has it. Only us.
Y eso a mí me tiene la
And
cabeza
this is
explotada
something
de
that
emoción.
makes my
El
head
corazón se me
explode
sale del
from the
pecho
excitement.
cuando hablo de
My
esto.
heart is
Esta
leaving my
tecnología me
chest
cambió
when
la
I
vida.
talk about
Y
this. This
gracias a mí,
technology
le ha
changed my
cambiado la
life.
vida a más de
And
10,000
thanks to
personas que
me,
están en
it's
mi equipo.
changed the life of more than
Y eso
10,000
me
people
emociona.
who are in my team. And that excites me.
Encuentra tú algo de lo que te emociona.
Find something that excites
Así que
you.
bueno, queridos amigos, hemos llegado al final
So,
del
my
Onboarding del
dearest
día de hoy.
friends, we're at the
Gracias,
end
Martita,
of
querida, amada de
today's
mi corazón,
meeting. Thank you, Martita, my
por
dear,
acompañarme, por
for
apoyarme.
being
Me
here
encanta
with me,
trabajar
for
contigo todos
supporting
los
me. I
sábados.
love working with you. You know I
Y
love it.
gracias a Evelyn,
Thank you,
gracias a Jay,
Evelyn. Thank
gracias a
you,
todo Wellness
Jay.
Revolution,
Thank you, the whole of the
gracias a
Wellness Revolution.
todo
Thanks
U90X.
to the whole
Escúcheme bien,
U90X.
en
And
estos momentos
hear
de la
me well.
historia de la humanidad,
In this
todos
moments
los seres
of the
humanos de
history of
todas las
humanity,
razas y de
all
todas las
human beings of
nacionalidades,
all
tenemos que
races
unirnos.
and all nationalities
Tenemos que
have
ser
to be
uno,
united. We
uno
have to
mismo,
be one
para ayudar a los demás.
so we can help
Aquí no hay
others.
fronteras,
There
aquí no
are
hay
no
idiomas,
boundaries, there are
aquí no
no
hay colores de
languages,
piel,
there are no
todos
skin
somos iguales
tones.
y
We are
todos
all the
necesitamos de
same
todos.
and we all
Así
need
es que yo les
each other.
agradezco enormemente que se
So
hayan
I
conectado el día de hoy,
appreciate enormously
enormemente que
your
sean
time
parte de
here
este
today. I
maravilloso
appreciate
movimiento
enormously that you're part
de
of this
bienestar,
beautiful
de
movement of
emprendimiento,
well-being,
de
of
mentalidad
entrepreneurship,
que está
of
cambiando y que vamos a cambiar.
mindset,
Escúchenme
which
bien,
is changing and that
vamos
is
a
going to
cambiar
change. Listen to me.
millones de
We are
vidas
going
en
to
los
change
próximos años.
millions of lives
Eso es lo que
during the
hacemos,
next years. That
cambiamos
is what
vidas,
we do. We
llevamos luz,
change lives.
esperanza y
We bring
oportunidad
light,
a todos
hope,
los
and
rincones del mundo.
opportunity to
Nos
all the corners of
encantaría,
the world.
vamos a
I
quedarnos
would
aquí
love
10 minutos
to,
para
let's
preguntas y
stay here
respuestas
10
con mucho
minutes for a
gusto.
Q&A. Yes,
Todas
of
las
course.
preguntas que tengan,
Any question that you
adelante,
have, please go
pueden empezar
ahead.
a hacer preguntas
You can
ahora
start
mismo.
asking
Pueden
questions right
levantar la
now.
mano, pueden
You can
escribirla,
raise your
lo que ustedes
hand, you
quieran.
can write it down, whatever you want.
Los 8 pasos están, mi querido
The
Didier,
8 steps, my dear Didier, the 8 steps
el link.
are
El link te lo voy a
in
mandar,
the link.
Didier,
Let me send you the link,
por
Didier,
WhatsApp. Si
via
si me lo quieres
WhatsApp.
pedir, pídemelo por WhatsApp y ahí te lo
Okay?
vamos a mandar. Manuel Mesa, ¿cómo estás? Qué
Manuel
gusto verte por
Mesa,
aquí.
how are you? What
Bienvenido.
a pleasure seeing you here. Welcome.
Gracias, gracias Juan
Thank
Carlos.
you. Thank you,
Igualmente.
Juan Carlos.
¿Ya te llegó la
Likewise.
tecnología?
Did
Ya,
you
gracias
receive
a
the
Dios.
technology?
Muy
I
bien.
¿Ya la
did,
estás
thank
usando?
God. Are you
Hoy
using
sí,
it?
Hoy es tu primer día.
Today is
hoy
your
sí,
first
ya
day.
la traigo puesta, claro que
Yes, I
sí.
have it
¿Desde
on, of
temprano?
course.
No,
Did you
hace
put it on
como a las 2 de
early?
la tarde, yo
No, like at
creo.
around 2
Apenas un ratito
p.m.
llevas.
Sí, un ratito. Sí, sí, sí.
Okay,
Y no
Bueno,
me
so
he
qué
for a
bueno.
levantado de la
little
oficina,
while.
así es que no sé cómo me siento, si estoy mareado o cómo
I
va todo.
haven't gotten up to go to the office, so I
Estoy
don't know if
aquí
I'm
todavía.
feeling dizzy or how
Oye,
I'm feeling. I'm still
cuéntame,
here.
el,
I have a
me quedé
question
con una duda porque pues, voy a empezar a dar a probar la tecnología
because
y
I'm going to start
leí
to
algo y luego tú
show the
también lo
technology for
platicaste
people
en
to
otra
try it. And I
publicación.
read something, and it's also
¿Cómo se
something that you
presenta
spoke about.
cómo identifica uno
How,
una crisis curativa
what do you do
y
when there
cómo, qué
is
se
a
hace?
curative crisis? What do you do? Oh, I have to send it to you written
Ok,
down because we have an explanation about all this, but it's really simple. When you have a curative crisis, okay, I'm going to say this really quickly for you to see what
claro.
Aquí está. Una crisis curativa puede tener fatiga, somnolencia,
A
dolores
crisis can
musculares y
be
articulares,
fatigue,
puede presentar
a
dolor de
healing
cabeza,
crisis. It
cambios en
could
el
be
sueño,
fatigue, muscle
alteraciones
pain, headache,
digestivas, aumento de la sed
change in
o
sleep,
cambios emocionales.
increase in
Eso
thirst
es lo
or
que puede pasar y
emotional
las recomendaciones
changes.
son
That's what
hidratarte
can
bien,
happen. And the
reducir el
recommendation is
tiempo de
to
uso de los
hydrate well,
parches.
to
En vez
reduce
de
the
12
time
horas,
of
8.
use of patches instead
O
of
sea, para
12
que no se,
hours,
porque
8 hours,
la tecnología es muy fuerte a
because
veces.
it's a very
Sí.
strong
Entonces, en
technology
vez de traerlo 12
sometimes.
horas, tráelo 8.
So instead of wearing it for 12
También
hours,
puede
you
ser
can wear it for
descansar
8.
adecuadamente, dormir bien,
Also to sleep
alimentarte
well,
bien,
to
baños de sales
rest,
de Epsom en casos muy
Epsom
extremos y
salt
escuchar al cuerpo. Si los síntomas son
bathing
intensos, se
in
puede
extreme
alternar días, un día sí.
causes,
O sea,
to
si
eat
hay
well,
los cuerpos
and
que
to
están
alternate.
más,
If
o sea, los que
the
tienen
bodies
crisis
that are
curativa,
more,
Manuel,
that
son los
have
cuerpos que
healing
están más
crisis, Manuel,
intoxicados.
are the bodies
O
that
sea,
are most
yo lo explico
intoxicated.
de la siguiente manera. Cuando
I
alguien
explain
está
it
muy
in the
mal,
next
es como
way.
si trajera
When somebody
adentro
is
a
not doing
5
well at
monstruos
all, it's
trepados
as if they
adentro.
had
Entonces,
5 monsters
obviamente esos monstruos
inside
que no
them.
se quieren
So
salir,
obviously,
pues se
those
ponen como
monsters that
locos
don't
cuando
want
llega
to
el parche y
leave
entonces la persona como que se siente mal.
go
¿Me
crazy
explico?
when the patch
Entonces,
arrives and the person doesn't
para que no
feel
sea
well.
tan fuerte el
So
golpe,
for
puedes
it
bajar
not
el
to be
tiempo de
so
uso de los
strong,
parches
you can reduce
y
the
si fuera
time of the use of
demasiado
patches.
fuerte,
And if it
podrías
were
alternar
too
un día de
strong,
parche, un
you
día sin
can
parche, un día
alternate
con
one
parche,
day
un día
with a
sin parche,
patch, one day
los
without
primeros
a
5
patch,
días
one day
y
with a
después ahí
patch,
puede
one day
haber
without a
variaciones.
patch. The first 5 days, and
Perfectísimo. Muy
afterwards
claro,
you
profe.
can measure how it
Afortunadamente.
goes.
Afortunadamente, eso
Okay,
te lo
that
voy a
was
mandar por
very
escrito
clear.
para que lo
Perfect.
tengas.
And I'm going
Afortunadamente
to
son
send this
pocas
to
las
you
personas
written
que
down
presentan
for you to
crisis
have it.
curativa y lo
Fortunately, there's
bueno
not
es
a
que
lot of
aun cuando
people
la
who have
presentes,
a healing
dura 3 o
crisis,
4 días
and
con
once
remission.
you have it, it only lasts for
Perfecto.
3 or
Es
4
una buena,
days.
de alguna manera es una buena reacción.
Okay, perfect.
Claro,
So in a way, it's a
eso,
good
eso
reaction, right?
siempre me dice un doctor que
Yes,
trabaja con
of course.
nosotros.
That's what a
Me
doctor
dice
says to me who works
me
with
dice,
us. He
bendito
says it
Dios
all
que
the
las
times.
personas
He
se
said,
sienten así. Eso quiere decir
thank God
que
the
la
people are feeling
tecnología
that way.
se puso a
That means
trabajar.
that that
Si no se
technology
hiciera
started
nada, pues
working. If
imagínate.
they wouldn't feel
Sí.
anything, well, what would be
Perfecto.
the point?
Muchas gracias.
Okay,
¿Ok?
perfect. Thank you very much.
Didier, también el ID side, pídemelo por WhatsApp y yo te paso
Didier,
todo
yes,
por
ask me
WhatsApp.
for the
Todo
I
lo tenemos,
decide via
todo
WhatsApp.
lo
I'll
tenemos
send it
ahí
to
en
you via
WhatsApp
WhatsApp. We
para
have
que puedas
everything in
identificar tu
WhatsApp.
ID side.
So
El
you
ID
can
side
ask
es
for
una
your own
herramienta de
I decide.
presentación
I
interactiva.
decide is an interactive
O sea,
presentation
para que
tool that we
puedas
offer.
presentar el negocio de manera
You
interactiva.
can offer the business in an interactive way through it.
Para servirte.
Thank you. Thank you.
Laura,
Laura, somebody
alguien más
else
había abierto,
had
¿cómo se
opened
empacan los
up
mini
their
packs de
mic. How do
5?
you pack
Muy bien,
the
Laura.
5
Ahí está
mini
la
packs?
pregunta de Laura.
Okay, that's Laura's
Yo lo
question.
hago
Very
así,
well.
Laura, mira.
I
Tengo
do it
aquí
this way, Laura. Look,
mis estos. Aquí pongo mis mini packs, pero bueno,
I
este no es
put
un
my mini
entrenamiento militar,
pads
no voy
here,
a
but
hablar
this
mucho de
isn't
eso,
a mini
pero
pad
yo lo guardo
training, okay?
aquí,
I'm not going to talk about it, but
¿ok?
here is
Entonces,
where I
el
keep it,
entrenamiento de mini
okay?
pack es mañana a las
So the
2 de la
mini
tarde.
pack training is
Ok,
tomorrow at 2 p.m.,
gracias.
okay? Thank
Para
you.
servirles. Gracias.
My pleasure.
Para servirles, para servirles. ¿Alguien más que tenga preguntas?
Anybody else that has questions?
Preguntas de la oficina virtual,
Questions on the back
preguntas de
office,
cualquier cosa relacionada
questions
con
on
negocios.
anything related with the business?
Hola, buenas tardes, Juan.
Hi,
Hola,
good
Eh,
Michik,
evening,
¿cómo
Juan.
estás?
Hi,
Muy
Mishik,
bien,
how
¿y
are
tú?
you?
¿Lo
I'm
dije
doing
bien,
well, and you?
Michis o no?
Did I pronounce that well,
Sí,
Mishik?
Ay, ¿por qué hablaré
Mishis,
tantos
yes.
idiomas? No es cierto.
Why do I speak so many
está
languages?
bien.
No, I'm
Es
kidding.
francés, ¿no?
Is that French?
Exacto,
Yes,
sí,
Muy bien.
exactly.
pero vivo en México.
Ah, muy
Am,
bien.
But I lived
la
in
pregunta
Mexico.
es, por ejemplo, ayer
So the
me
question
metí
is, for example,
en school
yesterday I
para
went to
ver
school
algunos cursos,
to see a
videos,
few
pero en un
videos,
lado no me acuerdo el nombre
but
de la persona que estaba
I
hablando
don't
cómo
remember the name
promocionar
of the
con tu
person that was
pareja.
talking about how you
¿Tienes
can
idea cómo se hace? ¿Dónde podría
register your
encontrar esta
spouse. Do
información
you
un poco más
know where I
claro, por
can find
favor?
this
Para
information a
subir a
bit
tu pareja al
clearer?
sistema.
Clearer?
Ajá,
To
para que
register
los
your
dos podamos
spouse?
usar la misma plataforma.
Yeah, so we
Es
can both
sencillo,
use the
nomás
same
entra
platform.
en...
Sí, pedirlo directamente, pídelo, escribe directamente al chat de servicio a clientes o manda un mensaje directamente a servicio a clientes
You can
y
just
ellos te
write,
van a mandar un formatito con el que vas a llenar tu información
send a message
para
to
que
the
los dos
customer service
compartan
chat
tu
or
misma
call them,
cuenta.
and they'll send you a message so
Entonces,
you can share the
sí
same
necesitan
account.
como llenar un formato, es
So
como
you
si
do
fuera
need
una
to fill
compañía,
a
pero la
format
compañía está a nombre de los dos.
as if you were a
Entonces
company, but the company is a
comparten
name in the name of both.
la cuenta. La cuenta va a quedar siempre, de todos modos, queda
You
a tu
can share
nombre,
the
de
account.
Michis,
The
pero de
account is
todos modos
going
vas a
to be in the
compartir
name
una
of
cuenta. Si es
Mishis,
un
but
proceso,
you're
tenemos
both
que
going
hacerlo
to share it
directamente
in some way. If it's a process, you can do it directly with client services.
Para contestar la pregunta de Eran Muto Giles,
Okay,
dice,
let's
"Do you
answer
recommend
Eran
sending people
Mutogile's
videos or
question. Do you
testimonies?"
recommend sending people
Absolutely.
videos or testimonies?
Esa es la manera en la
Absolutely.
que yo lo
Yes,
hago. La
that's the
pregunta
way
es,
in which I
¿recomiendas
do it. The
enviarle a las
question is, do you
personas
recommend
videos
sending people
o
videos
testimonios?
or
Para los
testimonials?
que entrenan conmigo saben que
For
esa es la
whoever
manera en que
trains
yo
with me,
siempre lo
you
hago.
know that that is the
Yo
way that
nunca lo hago
I
de otra
always
manera.
do
Cuando
it.
la
I
gente me
never
dice,
do it
oye,
any
tengo
other way.
este
When
problema,
people say, hey, I
yo
have
en vez
this
de
problem,
contestarles decirle,
instead of saying,
mi tecnología te lo puede ayudar a
my
resolver, no. Yo
technology
le
can
digo,
solve it.
¿tienes
No,
este
I
problema?
say, you have this
Escucha
problem?
estos
Okay,
testimonios
hear
relacionados
about
con mi
these two
tecnología.
testimonials
¿Tienes
that
este otro
are related
problema?
to this problem.
Escucha
If
estos
you have
otros
this
dos
other problem,
testimonios relacionados
hear
con
these other
ese
two
otro problema.
testimonials that are related
¿Tienes
to that
este
other
otro
problem.
problema?
If you have this other
Escucha estos
problem,
otros dos
hear
testimonios
these other
relacionados
two
con ese
testimonials
problema.
which are related to that
La
problem.
manera profesional de
The
trabajar es
professional
dejar
way
que las
in which we can
herramientas
work
trabajen por
is to
nosotros.
allow tools to work
Siempre.
for us. Always
Permite que las herramientas trabajen
allow
por
the
ti.
tools to work for you.
Eso es lo mejor que
That's an
puedes hacer.
intelligent way of working. It's the best way to work.
Eran Muto dice, where do you find
Aran
them?
Muto says, where do you find
Tenemos
the...
muchos
okay, we
diferentes
have
chats
many
con
different
testimonios.
chats with
Hay
testimonials.
muchos chats con testimonios en inglés.
There's many chats
Eran,
with testimonials in
no
English.
sé, yo creo que tú estás, vienes
And
de Wellness
do
Revolution.
you come from Wellness Revolution?
No. ¿De qué equipo, en qué equipo estás?
What team are you
¿Cuál es tu
in?
equipo para
What is
saber
your
con quién
team? So I
dirigirte?
can know who to direct you to.
¿Se pueden firmar esposos en
Somebody's
el negocio
asking,
en la
can you
misma
enroll
cuenta?
your
Sí.
spouse into the business in the same account?
No.
Yes.
No. No. No, Jorge.
No. No, Jorge.
Dos esposos con posiciones diferentes no se puede. En
You
la
can't
misma
have
cuenta
different
sí,
positions.
dos
You can be
esposos con
in the
posiciones
same account
diferentes no.
side by side, but not with different positions. No.
Eran, te pregunté.
Generalmente, si vienen con, perdón que te
Eran,
interrumpa,
what
Juan
team are
Carlos.
you part
Eran,
of?
si eres
Oh,
parte
sorry
de
for
Weight
interrupting,
Makers,
Juan Carlos.
de
Eran, are you
de
part of
Wellness
Wave
Revolution,
Natures or
o no
Wellness
digo que todos
Revolution?
somos una misma
Or,
equipo,
well, we're all
pero
the same team or
todos
U90X,
tenemos
but
como, de hecho hay
we all have
tenemos
different
canales en
chats
Telegram
and
en donde
different
están
channels.
todos
We
los
even have
activos.
Telegram channels where you can
Entonces
find
tal
the
vez ahí donde
testimonials.
podrías
So
buscarlo.
maybe that
Y
is
o
where
si
you
no
can
te
search for
invitaría a
it.
que le escribas a
Or
la
if not,
persona
I
que te
would like to
escribió
invite
o
you
el
to
siguiente,
write a message to the person who invited you
no sé, tal vez
or
ejecutivo
and
o
ask them, or
presidential
the next
que esté
executive,
arriba de la
presidential
organización y a
executive,
lo
which
mejor
is
ellos
on
te
top
pueden
of your
decir
organization,
exactamente
and
dónde sería
maybe
como
they
la
can tell
mejor
you
manera de
exactly what would
buscar
be
esos
the best
testimonios.
way to
Lo que sí es
find
importante es
those
que lo hagas con
testimonials. What is
reserva,
important
que
is
no lo
not
subas a tu
to
Instagram, a tu
upload it
Facebook, de,
on your
escucha esto que sucedió o algo así,
networks, on
para
your
protegerte
Instagram or
por
your
completo y para
Facebook to
proteger la
protect
empresa,
yourself and
ya
to
que no
protect the
podemos subir
company because
testimonios
we
por redes.
cannot upload
Pero sí se lo
testimonials
puedes
on
mandar a
social
la
media.
persona que esté
But you
pasando
can
por
send
esta
it privately
situación.
to a person
Sí
who is going
recomendaría
through this
mucho acercarse
situation.
nada más,
I would
no porque lo
recommend
compartamos,
you
porque todos
to
compartimos las
ask,
mismas redes y
not
entonces
because
no
we
hay
don't
quejas ni
share, we
demás,
all share
pero
the same
obviamente la
testimonials on
información tiene que
Telegram, but
regresar
it's better if you
a tu
ask
línea
the
para que
person
no
who
se
invited you
generen
from
líos,
your line,
porque a lo mejor te puedo dar yo un
because
enlace en
maybe
español.
I can give you a different link, which is in Spanish, for
Buenísimo.
example, and not in English.
Ah, ahí está. Ya nos pusieron. Evelyn me parece que nos puso
Okay,
los testimonios en
amazing.
inglés.
Evelyn just posted the
Eran,
testimonials link in English in the chat.
there you go with the
Eran, there you
English
go.
testimonials.
You have the English testimonial link in the chat.
Hay muchos testimonios en inglés y
We have
español
many,
en
many
diferentes idiomas.
testimonials in English
Alguien
and in
más que traiga una
Spanish
pregunta.
in
Cristina
different
Oviedo, ¿cómo
languages.
estás?
Cristina
Bienvenida.
Oviedo, how are you?
Activa,
Welcome.
activa tu micrófono.
Please activate your mic.
Ahí estás.
Hola, ¿qué tal, chicos?
Hi,
Buenas
how are
noches.
you? How are you,
Buenas.
team? Good evening.
La pregunta es para Marta.
The
Quería
question
hacerle
is
una
for
consulta. Quiero
Marta.
hacer un pedido, no en los kits de mantenimiento, más
I
bien
would
quiero
like
comprar un
to
poco más de dos
ask
sobres,
not
pero
only
quiero
for a
quiero
maintenance
saber si esos
order,
puntos de
but
volumen me sirven
I
para
want
varios
for
meses.
more sleeves. Do those points last me more
Si lo
months?
compras tú dentro de tu sistema, por ejemplo, si haces un upgrade, que eso también funciona muy bien porque
If
tiene un
you
muy buen precio de
purchase,
descuento. Si haces un upgrade, si estás en Core, puedes subir Advanced o Advanced Plus, o sea que
for
es
example,
como,
you
como
can
de
go
la
up
manera
to
que lo veas.
advanced or advanced
De todos
plus,
modos, ese
buying
volumen te va a
another kit,
aparecer
which is
aquí
what I
dentro
would
de tu
recommend.
sistema y
And
te va a
that
aparecer por los
volume is
próximos
going to
30 días,
appear in your
pero no te va a
system in the
aparecer
next
en el
30
2 o en
days,
el 3.
but it's
Eso
not
nada más
going to
funciona en
appear
los kits de mantenimiento. En el kit de mantenimiento sí puedes
unless you're
comprar
using a
el de 3
maintenance
o el de
kit. If
6
you're
meses,
using a
dependiendo del que
maintenance
tú
kit,
escojas,
you can use
y
the
se va a
3 or
dar el
6 month one,
puntaje
depending on the one
dividido
you
por los
choose,
meses
and
que
it's
tú
going
escoges
to
que comprar.
divide the
Entonces, si tú
points by
escoges
the months
uno
that you choose. For
de
example,
77 puntos,
if you
eso
choose one of
significa
77 points, those are going to
Oh,
come
o sea,
back
solo me
3 months
serviría
later.
para este mes, digamos.
Oh,
Si hago como
so
yo
I
quiero,
could
porque
only
quiero
use the
como
points for this
cremas y
month
eso,
because I
como
want
tener un poco
creams
variado
and things.
sería,
I want to have a
solo me sirve
variety,
para eso.
variety of
Pero ese no es
products.
kit de mantenimiento.
No, but that's not a
No, yo
maintenance
sé
kit.
que no es,
No,
por
I
eso digo,
know it's not
solo
a
los kits de
maintenance kit. That's why I'm
mantenimiento me
asking, do
sirven
only the maintenance
para que
kits
se...
work for our points?
Ah, ok.
Well, it's an upgrade if you think about core and advanced, because I just did that. If you're in advanced, you go up to advanced plus, and then you can include
Ah,
creams
qué
and
bueno,
patches
ok.
and combine. Because if not, we can only use X39 or the regular patches.
Ah,
But the
buenísimo.
next kit
Súper,
allows you
gracias,
to
Marta.
combine different products. Okay, amazing, Marta.
Oigan,
Thank you.
esta
You're
semana
welcome.
vamos
By the way,
a tener,
this week,
bueno, acuérdense que tenemos martes y jueves
remember that on
entrenamiento
Tuesday
de
and
Minipack
Thursday,
a
we
las
have
2 de
mini
la
pack
tarde
training
Miami,
at 2
2 de la
p.m.
tarde
Miami
Eastern,
time, 2
1 de la tarde
p.m.
México,
Eastern time, 1 p.m. Mexico
11 de la
time,
mañana Los Ángeles,
11
California,
a.m. LA,
Tijuana, San Diego,
California,
mañana
Tijuana, San
tenemos
Diego.
esto,
Tomorrow we have
el
this.
jueves también otro
Also on
y
Thursday, we have another
tenemos
one.
muy buenas sorpresas para esta
And
semana.
we have a lot of
Así es
good
que
surprises for the week.
pónganse las pilas
So let's get
porque
ready.
esta semana
Let's start
tenemos
moving because
muchas
this
cosas nuevas
week
para el
we
equipo
have
que
a
les van
lot
a
of
gustar
amazing
muchísimo.
things for the team that you are going
Métanse a
to
dar
like.
una estudiada al
And
sistema de
go into the
Equipo.
system
Está verdaderamente
of 8
increíble, está
steps
muy bien
and
pensado,
study it.
hemos recibido
Play around with it.
muchas,
It's amazing. It's really well thought.
muchas
We've
felicitaciones del
received a
corporativo
lot of
por lo que
congratulations
estamos
from the
haciendo, por
corporate
esta
team
maravillosa
for
unión
what we're doing,
entre Wellness
for this
Revolution y
amazing wellness
U90X.
revolution and
De verdad,
U90X
estamos muy
alliance.
contentos. Esto
And we're
apenas
just
comienza.
really happy to be
Recuerden
sharing
que
this with
nadie
you. We're
conoce
just
esta
starting.
tecnología.
Remember, nobody
Los dejo
knows this
saber.
technology yet. Sorry. Let me leave you with the
Si en el
following.
mundo,
If
o sea, ustedes
in the
saben que estamos
world,
viviendo en
in
el
the planet, you
momento
know
de
that
la
we are
humanidad donde
living
hay
in the
más
moment of
inflamación,
humanity in
más
which there is
enfermedad,
more
más
inflammation,
ansiedad,
more
más
illness,
depresión y más
more
falta de dinero.
anxiety,
Eso lo
more
sabemos
most
todos.
depression, and most lack of
Estamos
money,
viviendo
right?
un momento en la historia de la
We all
humanidad
know
donde
this.
hay
We're
las
living a
5 olas
moment
del
in the
COVID
story of
ya.
humanity
La
where
mayor
there
cantidad de
are
personas del mundo tiene ese problema de COVID.
amazing
O sea, se necesita ayuda.
COVID
Se necesita
effects. Most of the people
desesperadamente
in the
ayuda.
world have COVID effects still.
Y les voy a
So
decir
there's
algo.
desperately
Si
a
hubiera
time of
un
need
millón
and help
de
and assistance.
distribuidores
If there were a
en el
million
mundo,
distributors
en
in the
92
world,
países,
in
haciendo lo que
92
nosotros
countries,
hacemos,
doing what we are doing,
la oportunidad
let me
seguiría
tell you that
totalmente
the
virgen.
opportunity would still be virgin.
Si hubiera un millón de
If
distribuidores,
there
la
were a
oportunidad
million
sería totalmente virgen.
distributors, we would still
No
have a
estoy seguro
virgin
cuántos
opportunity.
distribuidores haya
I'm not
en
sure
el
how
mundo,
many distributors there are
pero
in
no
the
debe de
world,
haber ni,
but I don't think there is
ni
even
100,000. No
a
creo que haya ni 100,000.
100,000 in total.
Y en el mercado hispano
And in the Hispanic market,
debe de haber 25,000
there must
personas
be
inscritas.
25,000
Y de
people
esas
who are enrolled. And
25,000,
out of those
el
25,000,
80% son clientes.
80% are customers.
Escuchen lo que acabo de decir.
Listen to
El
what I
mercado
just said.
hispano, en donde en Estados Unidos son 60 millones de
The
hispanos, en
Hispanic
México hay
market that
120
has 60
millones,
million,
Centroamérica y Sudamérica
Mexico
están calculados
120
en esta
million,
cantidad de millones.
Central America, South America, and
No
Spain. I can't
somos,
tell you the amount of
nada más somos
millions that
25,000
there
que
are,
lo
and
estamos
we're only
escuchando.
25,000 people who know about this.
La oportunidad está
The
absolutamente vigente para
opportunity
todos,
is
para los
totally
hispanos, para los
virgin for
americanos,
everybody,
para los
for the
europeos,
Hispanic
para los
market, the
asiáticos.
North American
Nadie
market,
conoce esta
the Asian
tecnología y no
market,
existe
the
nada
European market.
en el
Nobody
mundo
knows
que se
about
le
this
parezca.
technology, and there's nothing in this
Recuerden que
world that
esta tecnología tiene
exists
la
like
capacidad
it.
de dar
Remember, this
resultados en 2 o
technology
3
has the ability of
minutos,
showing results in 2 or
2 o 3
3
días en
minutes,
el
2 or 3
96% de los
hours, or
casos.
2 or 3
Yo
days
soy
in
Juan Carlos Garduño, les
96% of the
agradezco
times.
mucho
I'm
que hayan
Juan Carlos
estado con
Garduño.
nosotros el
Thank
día
you
de hoy.
so much for being
Joaquín
here with
Delgado
us
levantó la
tonight.
mano por
Joaquin
última
Delgado's
pregunta y nos
hand
vamos.
is raised. Last
Mi
question.
querido Joaquín.
My dear Joaquin.
Buenas noches, buenas noches. Bueno,
Good
más que una
evening.
pregunta,
Good
creo que
evening.
una
Well, more than a
sugerencia
question,
a
it's
la
a
chica
suggestion to the
que estaba
girl
hablando
who
de lo
was
de
talking
la
about
cuando por- si compro, por
the
ejemplo,
lady who
el
said,
meses,
for example, if I
puede hacer una
purchase for
mezcla
3 months, can I
de
mix it
productos.
with other
Y la otra
products?
cosa,
And
si
another
le
thing,
cobran todo este mes, se lo mandan
they
todo,
charge you the
se lo
whole month
reparten,
and
porque
they
yo lo
send
hice
it
por
to
6
you
meses.
and
Y puede
they
mezclar lo que
distribute
quiera.
it because I've seen
Puede
it for 6 months.
meter los
And you
productos
can mix
individuales.
whatever you want.
Y
You
otra
can mix
cosa,
individual
Martita, que
products.
sé que te ha
So
pasado.
you can just share it. And another
Cuando
thing,
lo
Martita, I know this
imprimimos,
has happened to you. When
tenemos que activar
we are
la
messaging,
pestañita
you
de
have to
todos los países, porque
activate
si no solamente podemos hacerlo
the
en el país que lo hacemos.
tab for all the countries because if not, we can only work it
Sí,
in the
tienes razón,
country
eso
that
es
we're
bien
at.
importante, la parte del
Es
Yes,
muy,
you are right.
transporte.
That is super
es
important.
muy
Where you have
importante.
your name, yes, it's It's really important. Sorry about that.
Sí, todos estamos haciendo
Yes,
negocios
you're right.
internacionales.
We're all doing an
Eso
international
siempre, eso a mí
business.
siempre se me pasa
We're working in
cuando
international
en la parte
business.
de settings,
Exactly.
¿qué
That
tenemos
always
que hacer?
happens to me. What do you have
Yo
to
te
do
lo
in
activé, no
settings?
te preocupes. Fue lo
Don't worry,
primero que
I
saqué.
activated it for you. It's one of the first things that I did in your setup.
Pero
Es lo primero que tenemos que hacer.
Yes, it's
Porque
the
si
first thing
queremos
that we have to do
darle
is
alta a una
activate
persona en
the
otro
setup
país,
for the whole world. Because if we want to enroll somebody in
no te
another
la
country,
active y
you're
además puede
not going to
perderla.
be able to, and you're going to
así
lose
es,
them.
sí, no le aparece. Pero lo que
Perdóname.
Yes,
sí
that
puso
is
nuestro
correct.
en
Right
mi
next to your name,
en perfil, ahí
on your
viene si
profile,
quieres dar de
on
alta
your
a una
back
persona.
office,
Si estás abierto
you
a que se
can
abra
change
internacionalmente algo
the
hacia
settings
adelante,
so you can
único
be
que tenemos que
open
hacer
to
es
selling
activarlo
internationally.
y
All you
ya
have
con
to do is
eso,
activate that.
en el momento que, por ejemplo,
And
Juan
with
Carlos
that,
invitó
at
a
the moment
Joaquín que
that, for
está en
example, Juan
España
Carlos
y
invited
él no hubiera
Joaquin, who is
activado
in
eso,
Spain,
Joaquín no
if
hubiera
he wouldn't have
hubiera aparecido
activated
el
that,
no. Entonces
he
nos hubiera
would
tenido
have
que
had
comunicar
an
con Juan Carlos.
error
Entonces,
message.
Sí.
tú al
Juan Carlos
activarlo
wouldn't
te
have been able to
permite que
enroll him
cualquier
because he's in
persona del
another
mundo
different
pueda
country. So when you activate enrolling internationally, you
Correcto,
can
Buenísimo.
enroll
correcto.
anybody in any part of the
Es que me
world.
parecía importante, por eso dije, un
Amazing. Okay,
saludo
I
para
thought
ti,
that was
Marta.
important,
Un
and
honor.
Gracias, querido
it's an
amigo.
honor
Les
to be
mandamos un
here
fuerte
with
Y
you.
abrazo a
otro para
todos.
Thank
ti,
you,
Juan
my dear
Carlos,
friend,
más grande
Juan Carlos.
todavía.
Let's go
Bendiciones,
grab
¿Qué
the
tal
hermano.
has salido?
moment.
¿Qué te has
Have an
salido?
amazing
Perú.
start to the week.
Bendiciones a todos. Gracias por estar
Blessings
aquí.
to
Nos vemos el día de
everybody. Thank you
mañana.
for being
Tenemos
here.
Power
See
Up,
you
tenemos
tomorrow.
mini packs en
We
la mañana
have mini
y
packs in
tenemos
the
presentación en
morning
la noche. Que Dios me
and
los bendiga.
presentation in the evening. God bless you
Gracias.
all. See you soon. Thank you.
Gracias,
Bye.
buenas noches.
Have a good evening. Bye.